by way of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 6'1", 225-pound sophomore. And your outside linebacker / safety, your nickel position, it's number 15, Joshua Short from Mississippi State University. Played his high school ball at Northwest Rankin High School. So he's a transfer from Starkville, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. Your secondary looks like this. At cornerback, number 21, Cam Mccullum out of Greenville High School. The 6', 185-pound sophomore will get the start at corner. Your strong safety is number 6, Jeremy Mack Jr. The 6', 190-pound freshman is out of Clinton High School. Your free safety is Jamari Evans from Starkville High School, one of 16 from Starkville High School on this EMCC roster. He stands 5'11", 195, and the other corner position is number 2, Kell Williams, the veteran out of Starkville High School. He will be a sophomore, but this will be his third season here in Scuba. He stands 5'10" tall. Out of Starkville High School, your specialist Peyton Rogers will be your place kicker and your punter. He was 7 for 11 for field goals while in jacket territory, 63 of 66 on PATs while playing for the black and gold. Your punt returner is going to be Zach Patterson out of Corinth High School. He stands 5'11". He's 180 pounds. He'll also be your kick returner. And Josh Ham will be your long snapper out of West Marion High School. He stands 5'9", 195 pounds. He is a freshman. And number 17, Damon Stewart, will be the holder, the quarterback who will get the start tonight out of Oak Grove High School, 6'1", 170. Once again, he is a freshman. And that's a look at the starting lineups, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Here in just a moment, we're going to send it to Chris Threadgill down on Chris Coleman. There's too many Chris's that we have do sidelines for us. Chris Coleman is going to be joining us to have the coin toss here momentarily. But Glenn, what did I say across the board in the starting lineups? Freshman. And even though you even have some experienced sophomores, a year off may play a factor early on here in this game.
Absolutely. Jason, we've been there with all freshmen before. You remember 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Down at Jones, you're facing a top 10 ranked team with nothing but freshmen. And you had the football going in for the win late in the ball game. So I'll put our freshmen against anybody. It's one of those things. But, the guys, and you talked about it a little bit, the reverse transfers that you get from the big boys like Syracuse, Alabama, Mississippi State, those guys are going to be fun to watch as well.
Well, I'm looking for Chris. I do not see him at midfield. I don't know if they have maybe told him he can't go out on midfield or what for the coin toss. Chris, I don't know if you have time to get out there. You don't have to sprint. We need to take a timeout anyway. When we come back, we'll get Chris's thoughts down on the field. We'll also get Glenn's thoughts, have our keys to the game, and we'll have the opening kick of the 2021 season as we've got about 3.5 minutes before kick. Back in 2 minutes to Sullivan Wyndham Field. This is the EMCC Football Network.
started tonight, but it feels pretty good down here on the playing surface.
All right, thank you, Chris. We'll be checking in with you periodically throughout this broadcast. Now, he mentioned it that East Central is going to get the ball to start this game. And, Glenn, do you think they start the ball control pretty early?
Yeah, I think right out the gate. They've had the last 2 times, or I think it's the last 2 times they played East Mississippi, they played the ball control game, and one time, Jason, if you remember, they had the opportunity to win it at the end, just missed a kick. And from that point forward, I can tell you, I've talked with East Central's coaches since that time. They said they will never lose a ball game at the hands of a
they meant it.
Kicker, and they meant it. So now they spend a out-of-state scholarship on a kicker.
All right, so EMCC is going to take the field to kick this ball off. They'll be kicking from left to right, wearing their red jerseys, white pants with the red stripes, the white helmet with the red EM logo on either side, and the red face mask. And East Central's got the black pants, white stripe, white jerseys, black helmets with the Warrior Head logo on either side. And so EMCC is going to bring out Peyton Rogers to kick this one off. He's one of 16 on the roster from nearby Starkville, Mississippi. A couple of guys back deep to receive for the East Central Warriors. It's standing at the goal line for East Central is going to be Damon Mapp, who's a freshman out of Decatur, Mississippi. He'll stand middle of the field with his heels on the goal line, and coming up on the football is Rogers. He kicks it, and it's high end over end. It's going to bounce at the 10-yard line and go out of bounds. So here comes the yellow hanky as EMCC will give the ball up at the 35-yard line to East Central. And we're underway, Glenn. It's actually football being played in Scuba, Mississippi.
It's here, isn't it? It's here. After a long, long wait, it is here.
By the way, I'm not really sure myself right now. How do we do this, Glenn?
You're going to have to talk fast. The way I remember it, you're going to have to talk fast.
You know what? I missed something on the checklist. I thought about it this morning and then forgot it. Binoculars.
Oh, yeah.
But Gavin Gilbert, who's our statistician, is going to help me out a little bit. He doesn't have binoculars either, but better eyesight than I do. So they'll put the nose of the football on the right hash at the 35. Coming out at quarterback, a new quarterback this year, number 7, Gabriel Larry. Gabriel Larry is going to be out of Manville, Louisiana, and he's going to hand it off to the tailback around the right side. He's going to get maybe a yard up to the 36-yard line. He'll get between the numbers and the sideline. Making the tackle, Trey Lang. We talked about Trey Lang in the starting lineups. He is out of South Florida, so formerly a Bull, out of Tallahassee, Florida, 6'3", 235, coming from that left defensive end position.
Yeah, try to stretch it a little bit over there on that far sideline, Jason, but nothing going over there by that defensive line standing strong. Only a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up. Ball on the 36-yard line, far hash.
Cortland Harris will be the tailback. It's a pistol formation. Clapping his hands, taking the snap as Larry turns and hands it off to his tailback. Comes around the left side, barrels out across the 40-yard line between the hatches. And he's going to get up to about the 42-yard line. So nice run of about 6 yards as Trey Lang's going to make the tackle once again. So back-to-back tackles for Trey Lang. So that'll bring up now 3rd down and about 3.
He bent that one back on that outside zone, found a hole back towards the middle. He started towards the outside and then cut it back and gained some yards. 3rd down and 3, ball on the 42.
And that play clock's going to go inside 10 seconds. They're not going to rush it. Pistol formation once again. Larry in the shotgun, trips to the right, wide side of the field. High snap's going to turn, hands it off to his tailback who goes around the right side. That's Larry Wilson. Wilson's going to be stopped shy of the 1st down up at about the 44-yard line. He's going to be tackled there by EMCC's Tate Deer. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. And Glenn, it looks like the punt team's going to come on. And one of my really good friends is from Flowood, Mississippi. He went to Hartfield Academy. He texted me earlier and said that this young man, Ross James, can boom it.
He really can.
6'2", 170, and he's going to stand inside the 30-yard line at about the 28.
Yeah, he has got a monster leg. I was down there in pregame talking to Coach Mickey Mays from East Central. He is really high on that guy.
Zach Patterson back deep to receive his heels on the 10. As the snap is back, here's the kick, and it's a high one, middle of the field. It's going to be rolling around inside the 20-yard line, and East Central picks it up inside the 20 and starts carrying it.
It hit an East Central player. It looked like it hit an East Mississippi Lion, but it actually hit an East Central defender. And that was kind of the confusion there. So East Mississippi's going to take over.
Sorry, Glenn. Matthew Day thought he was about to get some yards in the stat book, and It'd be a turnover, but it's going to be EMCC football just shy of the 19-yard line. So back at quarterback for EMCC. It's going to be Damon Stewart, the freshman from Oak Grove High School. He's got trips to the right. He's going to hand it to Perryman and go straight up the middle. He dances just a bit as he gets near the 20, tries to reverse his field a bit, and looks like the ball is out, and it could be East Central ball inside the 20-yard line of EMCC. And causing the fumble is Anthony Thomas.
Yeah, but I think they're going to give him forward progress to the 20-yard line and say it was down.
You know, I am rooting for EMCC all day long, but it looked like he kind of gave himself up, like he was trying to get more yardage, bouncing it out to the right side. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1. Quick snap, and they're going to fire it here on the near side, and the reception is made at the 24-yard line. Desmond Williams is going to knock Tanoris Brookins, the second, the wide receiver for EMCC, off his feet after a gain of, it looks about like 5, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and a long 3. In the shotgun, Stewart takes a snap, and he's got pressure, and he's going to have to get rid of it quickly. He had a man here in the backfield. He's trying to find Perryman, overthrew him as Quadric Ross is going to come up to make the stop, or the pressure, I should say. So EMCC is going to have to kick it away, and not used to seeing this for EMCC and spitting and sputtering, but it is the first game since November of 2019. And they've got a freshman in there at quarterback, and Damon Stewart, who saw that pressure coming from the right end, Glenn, and he had no choice but to quickly get rid of it.
Yeah, East Central dialed up the pressure from that right side, and the quarterback, being a freshman, has got to be able to pick that up, and he didn't see it in time.
Jalen Thompson back deep to receive. He'll stand inside his 35-yard line at the 34. The snap is back to Rogers. High booming kick. It's going to be a spirally kick that's going to be taken on a fair catch at the 40-yard line by East Central. So Thompson will wave his right hand in the air, and they're going to give him to the 41 as East Central will start there. And they've got a new quarterback this year. Their quarterback for the last 2 seasons, Holman Edwards, who is one of our own from French Camp, Mississippi, over at Houston, playing for the Houston Cougars. We couldn't be more proud of Holman Edwards from my hometown, and I know he's been the enemy of EMCC the last 2 years, but certainly wishing him all the best in Cougarland down in Houston. 2 backs, they'll be split by the quarterback, Larry, who stands in the shotgun. Here's the snap from the 41. They're going to leave it with the tailback, Larry Wilson, and he is going to be stopped in the backfield for a loss of 4 yards, and making the stop is Drew Tuazama out of Syracuse, who's making his presence known. And we talked about the Syracuse guys, Koba to go along with him. They are expecting them to make some huge impacts this year for this Lion defense.
Absolutely, Jason, and as they should. When you get those reverse transfers, those are out-of-state guys that are generally Power 5 guys, come or go from a Power 5 school, SEC type of players, and you can't miss on those out-of-staters. And that's one thing we talked about earlier. East Central uses a out-of-state scholarship on a kicker.
That's just about unheard of. Inside 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's the snap as the play clock was running down on 2nd down and long, and the tailback comes around the near side. I believe that was Wilson again, who's going to be knocked off his feet around the 39-yard line, maybe between the 38 and 39 is where they're going to spot it, as Tuazama is going to make the stop once again. So back-to-back stops for Tuazama. No score in this ball game. 3rd down and 12 to go for East Central. Both offenses have come out spitting and sputtering. And as we said, East Central is going to leave it on the ground an awful lot.
On that run, it looked like he had a hole on the left side, but it closed so quick. And it's one of those things, guys, you heard me talk about the game speed. There's where you really see it right there. It looks like there's a gaping hole, then all of a sudden, boom, the door slams shut.
2 backs, one to the either side of Larry. He's got backside pressure, rolls to the right, gets rid of it just in time, and it's incomplete as it's thrown out of bounds around midfield. And even if the catch would have been made, I think he was going to be just short, Glenn.
Yeah, he's out of bounds over there. So it'll be 4th down and 13 coming up for East Central. They'll have to punt it away. So back-to-back 3 and outs for East Central. Back deep to receive will be number 7, Zach Patterson. He's listed as a wide receiver, 180-pound sophomore from Corinth, Mississippi.
If he gets a seam, he can be trouble for opponents. By the way, I did not catch who the intended receiver was, and I'm being told that was John Hibbert, who was the intended receiver just a moment ago. Everything happening on the far side, and forgot those binoculars, shouldn't have. A little bit of pressure on the kick there, and it's not a very good kick. It's going to middle of the field and roll inside the 30, inside the 25, still rolling inside the 20, and still rolling down to the 17-yard line. Well, it wasn't beautiful, but Ross James with an effective kick for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's ugly but effective. 45 yards, no return. Looks like a 5-second hanger in the stat book, Jason. Everybody loves a 25-yard roll.
Used to pick with your brother all the time. I would say, hey, he had a really good kick for Central Arkansas, and let's say it was, a 50-yard kick. You'd say it rolled, 40 yards?
Yeah, that was awesome.
In the shotgun is the freshman Stewart, who will take the snap. He's going to hand it off to he pulled it from the belly of Perryman. He's going around the left side. He has a first down. He's close to the 30. He's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 32. Knocking him out of bounds is going to be Desmond Williams for the Warriors.
That's a confidence builder right there. You could tell on the first 3 and out when he threw the ball, nerves a little bit of an issue. He short-armed a 5-yard hitch. So I think right there they're trying to get him maybe hit a little bit so he get those nerves out of there.
4-man front. Here's the snap. They're going to leave it with Perryman, who goes straight up the middle, and he is going to dance for about 2 yards. It was a 12-yard pickup, by the way, for Damon Stewart. Knocking him off his feet is Darian Goodrum. Goodrum with the tackle there after a 2-yard gain for Zias Perryman, who will stand to the left of Stewart in the shotgun. Twin receivers either side. Ball close to the middle of the field. The snap from the EMCC 34 is going to fire it on the left side. It is caught by Henderson, who gets out around the 36 or 37-yard line. Torrey Mulkey is going to make the stop. And by the way, that is Jontarius Henderson out of Laurel, Mississippi. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 after the short gain.
I love that play call. A hitch to the slot receiver where the linebacker was bailing. He just lost his footing, or he'd had a first down.
They're going to hand it off to Perryman, and it looked like they were trying to fake a throw out to the right side. Perryman may have enough for the first down as he goes up between the hash and the numbers, and he does have a first down around the 42. Zias Perryman was so effective 2 years ago, 489 yards as a backup. Ryan Whitfield will make the tackle for East Central.
Big time job by that offensive line of East Mississippi on that 3rd down possession play. They willed themselves to a first down. Great job.
Trips near side for EMCC on 1st and 10 from their own 42, far hash. Here's the snap slant pattern, and it is just a bit high for the intended receiver for EMCC. That was Kevin Barnett, who was out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Desmond Williams was in on defense, but that was more of just a high throw from the quarterback, Stewart.
Yeah, you can tell he's not comfortable throwing the football yet.
2nd and 10. Here's the snap. They leave it with Perryman, and he's hitting the backfield and breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's finally going to be brought down for about a 9-yard loss at the 33-yard line. Anthony Thomas will make the tackle. Great job by East Central that time, flying to the football.
That one's on the running back. He saw nothing going, but you can't keep, in this league right here, you can't keep climbing the ladder going backwards, rather. And as you see, he lost a 9 or 10 game right there. So 3rd down and 20, ball on the 34.
There's the snap to Stewart. Stewart gets great protection, steps up in the pocket, fires it deep down the left sideline. And Barnett had a step on his defender, but just overthrew him at the 20-yard line. So it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up now a 4th and close to 20 for EMCC. And all of a sudden, Peyton Rogers getting a lot of work, the freshman out of Starkville, Mississippi.
The first punt, I think, was 36 yards, no return, or 35 yards, no return.
You were close.
Yeah.
It's good math in your head because you weren't looking at the stats. 4th down, and here's the snap back to Rogers. Catches it high at the 20, gets his right leg into it. It's a high wobbly kick, but it is a high kick. Fair catch called for and caught by Thompson at the 25. And so East Central will start at their own 25-yard line. Hasn't been much of offense, but EMCC was able to convert a couple of first downs there and kind of get some rhythm going, but just stalled after that loss by Perryman on the run.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know as well as I do, East Mississippi wants to throw the football. They have got to be able to throw the football so they can have that run game that they like to have. And right now it's kind of not existent throwing the football.
Yeah, it's the pass that sets up the run for EMCC for sure. When we have time tonight, more likely it will be when East Central has the football and they've got a new quarterback in there. I think it is Caleb Parton who's going to stand in the shotgun, takes the snap, turns to his left. He's going to hand it off to the tailback who goes straight up the middle, and then it's going to be Cortland Hayes. And I think he lost the football. He did. EMCC, well, no, he's going to be down. Or did EMCC recover and was down before they got up to run with the football? Drew Tuasama has made his presence known on defense out on the playing surface tonight. Comes up with that fumble, makes the stop, but it is going to be East Central ball. He was down after a 2-yard gain.
Looked like we saw some bean bags down there. Let's see
did.
if Chris saw anything. Chris?
I didn't see any beanbags, guys, but they did give him forward progress and will move the ball up to the 27-yard line, be second down.
It could be just chunks of the padding down there, those rubber pellets,
Yeah.
those black rubber pellets, because a lot of them are showing. This facility is absolutely beautiful, but the only thing I would say that's kind of showing its age is the playing surface right now. Still looks great, though. So it's second down and 8 to go after the 2-yard gain by Hayes. The clap and the little toss pitch is going to be fumbled, but I think East Central falls, and that's incomplete because it was a toss.
Yeah, it's a toss forward, so
Right.
it's an incomplete pass, and that's why you run that play, where if the running back drops it, it's considered a pass, and it goes on the stats as a passing yard.
It does.
And passing attempt, even though it's nothing more than just a handoff.
So incomplete pass by Parton with 6:30 to go here in the first quarter. No score in this game once again as we are playing the first game of the 2021 season, first game in 2 years, 670 days for EMCC. So everybody's trying to knock the rust off. The EMCC players and the EMCC radio crew. 4-man front for EMCC. They have inside pressure, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 20-yard line. Parton goes down by way of the sack by the EMCC Lions, and there were several red jerseys who were out there for EMCC. Trey Lang was one of those, as well as Devinyal Lofton. So the first sack of the season, it's a shared sack, and it's now 4th down and 15 at the 20-yard line. So Ross James is going to come out to punt the football away. He'll stand at around his own 5-yard line. So he's going to look to get this one high in the air as he doesn't have much room to try to put this one forward. So false start now as there are yellow hankies everywhere and whistles are blown. By the way, I meant to set up our officials. Bo Bell is the head official. And that's Bo Bell speaking. It seems like Bo Bell's the head official for every EMCC home game, and he does a fantastic job.
Oh, Jason, he's kind of like us. He's been around a while, and you hang around, you get to start doing these things quite often. And Bo's actually a very good ref that has been around a while. His father was an outstanding ref, Larry.
Still backing up to the 15 and now getting his foot into it. Kind of a line drive end over end punt by Ross. It's going to take a Lions roll down to the 41-yard line. So EMCC is going to have great starting field position at the East Central 41 on the left hash with 5:37 to go in the first quarter. There's no score. And we're going to see Damon Stewart come out for the third series for EMCC. Monte Spivey, the transfer from Arkansas, will be flanked to his left. Twin receivers here to the near side. Twins to the far, which is the short side of the field. So the linemen get set over the football. Here's the snap back to Stewart. He's going to pull it from the belly of Spivey, and he's going to juke one defender, and then he's going to slide inside the 35-yard line down at the 34 for a nice gain of about 8 yards on the play. Johnston James will make the tackle for the Warriors. So it will bring up a second down and 2, Glenn.
Yeah, good read right there on the quarterback zone. Did a good job. The end crashed down. He kept it, snuck inside right there, and got a good run. Second down and 2 makes it a whole lot easier than second and long.
Same formation as last. Stewart with the play clock at 13 will take the snap. He's looking left, has pressure from the outside. He's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. He's got to throw it away, and that's just a freshman mistake. Anthony Thomas with the sack.
Yeah, that's on the quarterback, Jason. They had the protection they want. Guy coming off from the left side, but the quarterback's got to account for that. And he saw him and ran away from the pressure, just held on to the football. That's one of those you got to throw it away. Throw it away and live for the next down. You go from, 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 13.
4:49 to go in the first quarter. It's the first time out of the game. It's called by EMCC. We'll be back in 30 seconds to Sullivan Wyndham Field. This is the EMCC Radio Network. Sullivan Wyndham Field getting a little tongue-tied here early on with 4:49 to go in the first quarter. It's going to give you some scores from around JUCO football in Mississippi. We'll do that after this play. It's 3rd down and 13 now for EMCC after the sack. Ball placed at the near hash, which is near side. Trips here to the near side, one to the left. Back to pass. Stewart has all day to throw. Steps up in the pocket, fires it over the middle. That's got to be pass interference, and it is. You're getting there just a little bit early was Torrey Mulkey. And the intended receiver for EMCC was Joshua Aka out of Starkville, Mississippi. Let's go down on the field now to Chris Cole.
Yeah, Jason, like you said, he got there just a tad early, and so you saw the yellow hankies come from all different directions there, but it will be pass interference on East Central.
Thank you, Chris. I tell you what, the offensive line working together for the first time.
Number 40, ball's in place at the bottom 5.
And as we said, that's actually going to be on a Rish Alford. Oh, they missed the call. It's 42. So we were right. It was Torrey Mulkey. And you know, number 40's out there going, wait a minute, that's not on me. So it's first down EMCC by way of the penalty. And if he doesn't hit him early, I think he does make a connection there. But great protection by the offensive line and pass pro. Twin receivers either side, ball middle of the field, down to the 30 of the Warriors. They're going to fire it short between the hash and the numbers at around the 25 and getting down to the 23-yard line. EMCC Mulkey, who just got the penalty, will make the tackle.
Love the play call. Love the play call. The hitch to the slot guy, I love it.
Henderson with the catch on 2nd down and 2 now. And they go inside handoff, and I think that is Spivey who's pulling guys. It is Spivey inside the 20 as the first down. And gets down to about the 16-yard line. So nice run by the Arkansas transfer right here to Scoober, Mississippi. Damon Williams will make the tackle. I tell you what, we'll take a look at scores when we get to the end of the quarter. 4:06. Boy, when EMCC has the ball, you got to concentrate on the field for sure. Trips wide side of the field, near side. The snap to Stewart. He has some pressure, steps up in the pocket. He's going to tuck it and keep it. Down the near hash, gets inside the 10, still on his feet, breaks a tackle. 5 towards the pylon. Touchdown, EMCC. The first one of 2021, and it goes to the freshman quarterback out of Oak Grove High School in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Jason, it's been a long time since we heard that sound, that touchdown, EMCC. What a great feeling to have it. And there's the gunshots as the cannon goes off, scares us all half the day.
I just lost 5 more years of my life with that. Thank you very much.
Great job by Damon Stewart right there, pulling the ball down and then finding a crease and then faking out the defensive player and diving for the end zone for the 6.
Stewart's going to hold, and here's Rogers putting his right foot into it, and he missed it to the right. And so it's 6-0 EMCC with 3:49 to go in the first quarter. Back with a kick to the Warriors at Sullivan Wyndham Field. In a moment, you're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. Do what now? 30 seconds. With 3:49 to go in the first quarter, 5 plays, 42 yards, 1 minute and 48 seconds off the clock, and it was Damon Stewart, the freshman quarterback, doing it with his legs around the right side. He gets into the end zone, dragging some folks to the pylon on the near side, 16-yard scamper. The missed PAT is the reason why it's 6-0, but Peyton Rogers about to put his foot into it from the 35 and kick it to East Central. Great run there by the freshman, Glenn.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad he didn't force the issue throwing it on that play. He did a good job with his legs, and we'll take it all day long.
And so East Central will receive the football with 3:49 to go in the first quarter. They have stalled, have not gotten a first down, I believe, all night long. Here's a high end-over-end kick backing up inside the 5 and taking it at the 4 is East Central. And they're trying some razzle-dazzle here, and they're going to hand it off to their tailback, Hayes, who's going to get right up the middle to the 30-yard line. That was an interesting play. It was fielded around the 10-yard line. Before I could try to get who fielded the ball, they started throwing it around. Mccullum will make the stop for EMCC. That was set up there pretty well for a great return, and EMCC will defend 70 yards of turf.
Yeah, East Central's going to pull out all the stops. They got nothing to lose. It's a north versus south matchup, and they're down 6-0 and haven't had a first down, so they got to pull out some tricks out of the bag.
Correction, that was Cortland Harris, not Hayes.
That was a
bigger
coach.
part. Yes, exactly, and I think that's why I said it. Rolling to his right, the quarterback for East Central. He's going to fire it complete at the 35 between the numbers and near the sideline, and getting up close to the first down marker, I believe Jaquarius Jameson will knock off Larry Wilson off his feet, who caught it out of the backfield. And back in at quarterback is Caleb Parton. One thing that East Central did not do a season ago and 2 years ago was alternate quarterbacks. They had their guy, and they started off with Gabriel Larry tonight, and Caleb Parton now with his second series to lead the charge. First down of the night for East Central. Twin receivers here to the near side, taking the snap, handing it off, going straight up the middle is Larry Wilson. He's going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage. I beg your pardon, that is going to be Corey Goldwire, who's going to make that run. Ty Johnson's going to knock him off his feet. I promise you one thing, binoculars will not be left next week. First down, or should be 2nd and 10. It is. They just haven't put it on the marker across the way. From their own 40, no gain that time by Corey Goldwire, who's a freshman out of the Villages, Florida. Beautiful place, from my understanding. Trips wide side of the field here near side, moving from right to left, East Central. Parton will take the snap after clapping his hands, has inside pressure, now is going to fire it, and Goldwire couldn't hold on to it in the backfield. It was a screen pass to the right side, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 10 from their own 40.
Yeah, trying that screen pass, he looked back to his left like he was throwing the wide receiver slip screen or the jailbreak screen, and then flipped the script and threw it back to the right to the halfback that snuck out on the right side. And he just tried to run before he caught it. Falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Ball on the 40. It'll be spotted on that far hash going from right to left. You're looking at your radio dial.
Yeah, we're going to start giving recipes when East Central has the ball. I guess we could have given scores. 3 seconds. Now 2 seconds before they snap it. They may not get it off. They barely get it off. Parton back to pass. It's great protection. Fires it right side. It is caught by Larry Wilson, but he is met hard there at the 45-yard line after a gain of 5, and it's going to be Cam Mccullum who's going to knock him off his feet, and it was a big hit over on the right side, and it's now 4th and 5. 2:02 and counting here in the first quarter.
Another 4th down coming out for East Central. Got a new punter. That's the kicker.
Jaron Van Winkle.
Yeah.
Who is out of Pinson, Alabama, played at Clay Chalkville High School. Good football program over in the heart of Dixie. Standing with his heels on the 30-yard line on the far hash, and he'll take a high snap, pulls it down, gets his right foot into it. It's not a very effective punt, but it will stay in bounds for a little bit as it bounces. Well, no, it does not. It bounces at the 35 and goes out of bounds. I thought, Glenn, it stayed in bounds for about 5 yards before it went out. And it's a 20-yard punt there for Jaron Van Winkle.
Yeah, and they've got an out-of-state scholarship in that guy. He ought to be able to hit the moon with the ball when it comes off his foot. But go ahead.
I was going to say it needs to be the next Stephen Gankowski. How do you say his name? That was for the Patriots. It was a really, really good kicker. Janikowski.
Yeah.
Gankowski. I don't know.
You're
if
thinking
I
of
said it right.
Gronk. You're thinking of Gronk.
No. They had a Steve. He played at Memphis.
Yeah.
He's from Mississippi. Anyway. If you're going to give us out-of-state scholarship, there better be a guy like that.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the snap for the 35 as Stewart shifts to his left and still shifting and will gain a yard as he steps out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and making the tackle is Ryan Whitfield. He just kept sliding and pumping, and then finally just stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, gain of 1, but he ran about 20.
He sure did. Play clock down to 24, but EMCC is going to snap it here pretty quickly with trips here to the near side. They give it to Perryman, who dances up the middle, now bounces it a little bit to the outside on the left side. It's going to be tackled around the 43. So he's going to gain about 7 on the play.
What an outstanding job by the offensive line on that play, Jason. They just took ownership of the line of scrimmage and got a good push, and Perryman just gets behind them and goes. So it's 3rd down and 2 from the 43.
Quandrick Ross will make this stop there for East Central. Perryman's going to be drugged down to the backfield, and on 3rd down and 2, Spivey, who is coming there, as Ryan Kimbrell will pull him down from behind at the 40-yard line, and it's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up now a 4th down and 5. And so now EMCC is going to have to punt it away. The Lions rotating backs. They got a 34 and a 24. 24 is out of the University of Arkansas. Saw some playing time for the Razorbacks the last 2 seasons, but is a sophomore because of the COVID-19 free year. Snap from their own 40, standing at the 25, and as the buzzer sounds, the ball is high in the air. It's going to bounce at the 20 of East Central.
Great punt.
It's going to bounce inside the 15. Now it's going to roll inside the 10. And some of the EMCC players trying to fan it closer to the 5. It's going to roll dead around the 6-yard line as you got towards that corner over there. And Glenn, that's a great punt by Rogers as that runs out the first quarter of play. When we return, East Central will have the ball at their own 6-yard line, moving from right to left. Well, they'll have to move it now and switch ends of the field. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the EMCC Radio Network. The freshman quarterback Damon Stewart in the first quarter play with 3:49 to go. Let's give you scores from around JUCO football here in the state of Mississippi. Hines and Coahoma in the second quarter tied at 7. Also in the second, Mississippi Gulf Coast on top of Holmes by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. Northeast trails Jones in Jones, 14-0 in the first quarter. Also in the first, Northwest leading Colin up in Batesville 7-0. And in the first quarter, it's Pearl River leading Mississippi Delta down near the Pearl River, 6-0 in Poplarville. 6-0 here, EMCC with a lead as we mentioned. Once again, we invite you to listen to every EMCC game right here on your radio dial if you're listening online at emccathletics.com or WFCA.FM or WFCA 107.9 in French Camp, Super Talk WZKR 103.3 FM in Meridian, and EMCC's WFTC 92.7 FM in Mayhew. We're excited to have you along with us, and anytime you need to know anything about EMCC Athletics, visit EMCC Athletics home on the web for live broadcasts, news, stats, schedules, and more. Visit www.emccathletics.com. So, Glenn, nice punt just a moment ago.
54 yards, no return. That was an outstanding job. He's got 3 punts on the night, 36.7-yard average.
Gabriel Larry's back out at quarterback. He'll take the snap in the shotgun from the 6. He hands it off, and it's Harris who dances up the middle. Great pad level as he gets out across the 20 up to the 25-yard line. Just busted it right up the middle, and it was hard for EMCC to get a hand on him. Kell Williams coming up from his secondary position to make the stop.
Well, Jason, it was hard for him to get a hand on him because they weren't bringing their arms to make the tackle. They were hitting him around like a pinball machine. You don't see the wrap up and make a tackle much anymore. Everybody wants that big hit, but guess what? You got to get back to fundamentals and wrap up. And if you wrap up, bring your arms, you probably have him there at about the 15 instead of at the 25.
A lot of Oak Grove guys out there, and Cortland Harris certainly from Oak Grove as well, out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. 19-yard run for the first down. So from their own 25, here's the handoff around the right side, getting out across the line of scrimmage up to around the 26.5-yard line.
Got an injured Warrior right there.
Larry Wilson will carrying the ball, and it's Joshua Short who makes the tackle for EMCC. We do have an injured East Central Warrior. Let's go down on the field now to Chris Coleman.
Guys, that's number 72 for East Central that's down on the field at the moment. He is favoring his knee, and the trainers are out there looking at it. Number 72 for East Central down.
And that's Sam Mcmullen, a freshman offensive lineman out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Played his ball at St. Al, 6'3", 275, and he is laying now between the 20 and 25-yard line. So the East Central trainers are going to attend to him, and it does look like it may be a knee issue, but we don't want to speculate at this point. He's going to be helped up onto his feet as we speak. 15 college games going on tonight. Officially, the season was kicked off week 0 last Saturday, where Nebraska was drubbed by Illinois and Brett Bielema. The Scott Frost Project is not working so far in Lincoln. And then you've got UAB, who pounded Jacksonville State University last night, Bill Clark and his club.
And I got to tell you, too, Jason, the UTEP Miners took care of New Mexico State. The old I-10 rivalry. The Golden Spade and Spittoon is back in El Paso where it belongs.
The Golden Spade and Spittoon?
That's the rivalry trophies.
How far apart is Las Cruces and El Paso?
I think about 36 miles.
Okay. You have a funny story about Las Cruces, don't you?
Yes, we will not tell it on the air.
Right.
Here we go.
Glenn Beard played at UTEP, by the way, in case you're wondering. Real proud of him. Second down and 8 from the near hash at the 27-yard line. Here's the snap now to Larry, and he's going to fire it out of bounds on the EMCC sideline as he had some inside pressure, and he got walloped. And making the big hit was Devional Lofton. It's going to stop the clock with 13:45 to go before halftime. We'll get thoughts from Buddy Stevens. I don't know that we'll want Buddy Stevens' thoughts at halftime. Sometimes when they've been up 50 and 60 to nothing, Buddy's still not pleased with his team. But Chris Coleman, if you dare, you'll get near Buddy. I'm just picking around. Buddy knows you're going to come for him, Chris. I've already warned him. So third down now and 8 to go for East Central. Gabriel Larry in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it out of the backfield to the right side, and making the catch is Goldwire, and he's going to be tackled well shy of the first down. I think he fumbled the football. EMCC says they have it, and they do, at the 30-yard line. Causing the fumble is Joshua Short. Oh, my goodness, and there was red jerseys everywhere, and EMCC gets the first turnover of the season. Mccullum, I believe, is who fell. No, Smith. Kendarius Smith. So Smith with the fumble recovery, and now EMCC's in business with a short field.
So that could be the break you've been looking for offensively, and have a little short field right here to work with.
Trip receivers here to the near side. That's the wide side of the field. Ball's going to be placed on the right hash at the 30. Stewart, who has a touchdown run, is going to be in the shotgun. There's a linebacker creeping up around the right edge, and there's pressure coming from the left edge, and he gets rid of it just in time over the middle. And I don't know if somebody got a hand on it or if they hit him from the backside as he went to throw, but Anthony Thomas comes up with a big hit. But, Glenn, that looked like a wobbly dead duck up in the air and falling to the turf.
Yeah, he was hit as he threw the football, wasn't able to step into it, and, falls down. Second down and 10. Thankfully, that wasn't intercepted. That could have easily been picked off and gone the other way.
So from the Warrior 30, EMCC with the ball, lifting his right leg as Stewart is going to hand it off to Perryman. Perryman's going to be hit at about the point of contact of the football, and then he's going to get back, though, to the line of scrimmage at the 30. Anthony Thomas will make the stop along with Ryan Kimbrell. And the Warriors coming up defensively there to make a big stop on second down. So now that brings up a third and long, and East Central always known under Karcher for their really tough, stingy defense.
Yeah, Mickey Mays, the defensive coordinator, who I'm very familiar with, brings pressure back-to-back right there. And
Twins.
Here they come again.
Either side, yeah, they're creeping up those linebackers to the line of scrimmage, and they send everybody, and that isolates Henderson out here on the left side in the flat, and he's going to catch the ball and get inside the 25 down to the 24, but it's not enough for a first down. It's going to bring up a fourth down as Torrey Mulkey makes the stop of Gentarius Henderson.
Looks like it's going to be 4-down territory. East Mississippi missed the extra point, so I don't know if that's just a confidence factor in your kicker at this point early in the season.
It would be a 41-yard field goal if they decided to go for it. And EMCC is going to call their second time out of the first half with 12:31 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. Three for EMCC. They bring the offense back on the field. The spot of the football is the left hash on the EMCC or the East Central 24-yard line. Spivey will be flanked off to the left of Stewart with twin receivers either side. Showing pressure once again coming for the right side, East Central. With 4 down linemen.
You're going to bluff that.
Stewart back to pass on the snap, fires it over the middle. It's caught by Henderson at the 20 and almost escapes the man inside the 15, but he doesn't, but he gets the first down anyway, and that's Justin James, I beg your pardon, who's going to make the tackle. Boy, I thought he was going elsewhere with the ball, then all of a sudden there was Henderson just leaping up to make the catch.
Well, thankfully he had time there to let that play develop as the crossing route came open as they brought pressure again.
Ball's on the 13. Inside handoff to Perryman, who's going to get inside the 10-yard line, but there's going to be a yellow hanky that's going to be thrown here at the 10-yard line. At the numbers.
Let's see if Chris knows what that is.
Tony Gibson will make the
right
stop,
there
Chris.
in front of him. Chris?
Guys, I actually saw the flag late come in. Let's wait and see what the white hat tells us, Mr. Bell. It's going to be a personal foul face mask on East Central.
Yeah, that's going to be on Tony Gibson, who made the tackle. And that's going to put EMCC inside the 5-yard line, and it will be a first down and goal situation.
Wow. We'll take it.
Wide side of the field is near side with twin receivers. That's Barnett and Henderson. Here's the snap to Stewart. He's going to leave it with Spivey, and he's going to be spun down behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 2 on the play back to the 7-yard line. And that's going to be Fox. Yeah, Fox is going to make the tackle.
You can believe his motor's running hot. He's from Philadelphia, Mississippi, just right up the road.
So some substitutions here. Going to be flanked. It looks like Jamari Jones has checked into the contest for EMCC. It is Jones. He's going to be a quarterback. He's going to have Perryman flanked to his right. Well, EMCC's got the jumbo package up there, Glenn. Here's the snap to Jones. He's going to hand it off to Perryman. Comes around the left side. He's at the 5, and he is going to be caught at the 1. Oh, my goodness. Making the big tackle, a touchdown-saving tackle, Torrey Mulkey.
That's on the running back right there. He keeps stretching it out. He walks into the end zone. I don't know what made him do what he did right there, but they got him at the 1. He was blocked perfectly, but anyway, ball is on the 2-yard line.
Perryman's going to want the ball back. He's flanked to the left now of Jones as EMCC moves from right to left, spot at the 2-yard line, and he bowls his way straight up the middle. Touchdown, EMCC. 2-yard touchdown run for Zias Perryman. He had 8 touchdowns a season ago. He gets his first of 2021. With 10:41 to go here in the opening half.
Second rushing touchdown of the day for the Lions. Puts them on the board 12-0. They'll attempt the extra point. Not going to chase points or that missed extra point earlier. They're going to run the kicker back out there and let him try to kick it through.
Here comes Rogers out here to attempt the PAT. Missed his first one. We'll see what he can do here. There's the snap back. The hold from Stewart. The kick from Rogers is through the uprights. And there's the cannon. Didn't scare me as much as it did the first time. And it's 13-0 EMCC with 10:41 to go before intermission. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. scored its second rushing touchdown of the game, and its second touchdown of the contest, 13-0. They did miss a PAT, but Rogers made up for it just a moment ago, and it looked pretty. 10:41 to go before halftime here in the second quarter, and EMCC will kick off to East Central from right to left. So Rogers is going to tee it up.
East Mississippi taking advantage of that turnover, getting the points after the turnover on the short field. Still, they want to throw the ball more than what they are right now. I don't know if switching quarterbacks, I think that was just a jumbo package. Jamari is the guy for the big guys.
Well, Larry Wilson was back to return, but an upback takes it at the 30-yard line, middle of the field, as it was a little sky kick, and EMCC has it covered, though, as they tackle him at the 26-yard line. Terry and Hudson will make the tackle. 10:35, clock stop now as East Central's got the ball, as they'll bring it out to their own 26-yard line, closer to the 27, I believe, is where they're going to start, moving from left to right. Big college football weekend in the Magnolia State. Mississippi State opens up on Saturday at 3 p.m. versus Louisiana Tech. And Ole Miss opens up at 7 p.m. Central in Atlanta on Monday night against Louisville. Ole Miss ranked in the top 25 for the preseason. Mississippi State not ranked. Here's the snap by Larry, and he rolls to his left and squares and fires. And it's incomplete as he throws it out of bounds in the neighborhood of the first down marker on the far sideline. So that'll bring up now a second down and 10. And speaking of not ranked in the top 25, EMCC for the first time in, maybe 10 years or more, not ranked in the top 25 for the preseason polls.
Yeah, I think it'll probably change after this week. I think it's one of those things. They haven't played in over a year, and nobody knows what they have.
Absolutely understand that.
I
think it depends on how they look here, though. I think it may take a couple of games if they don't look well, even in a win. 3-down lineman to rush in here on the left side for EMCC. It's a snap and a quick throw, and they had to throw it quickly because EMCC had some pressure with coming up the middle. And it was incomplete. The intended receiver was Trace Sims across the way. And that's going to bring up now a second and 10 from the 27-yard line of East Central. The Warriors with the football. Clock stopped with 10:25 to go here in the second quarter. Big crowd here, by the way. It doesn't sound like it right now. It's kind of sleepy right now, but there's a huge crowd across the way from East Central.
Yeah,
and a huge crowd here on the home
traveled
side.
really well.
And, of course, the end zone around the fence to the north side is packed with fans. Back to pass, stepping up at the pocket after the pocket collapsed is Larry, and he's going to be hit. Avoids the first tackle and can't avoid the second around the 30-yard line as he got between the numbers and the sideline across the way, and that's going to bring up a fourth down for East Central. Joshua Short is going to make the tackle for EMCC. So, once again, East Central is going to have to punt this football away. 4-yard gain that time, up to the 31-yard line.
They're going to bring 14 back out to punt it. Ross James from Hartfield Academy showed a booming leg in the pregame, but
here's the snap to Ross, and he's going to put his leg into it, and it's going to be a spirally kick. It's going to be fielded by Patterson at the 30 at the near hash. He tries to juke a couple of defenders and can't juke the second. First defender held on. Second defender came in and knocked him on his duff, and that's going to be Jacob Stevenson, who's going to be credited with the tackle there for the Warriors. 9:28 to go here in the second quarter. 13-0 is our score. EMCC on top. Moving from right to left, EMCC. They've scored 2 touchdowns. They've been on the ground. Perryman with the last touchdown. The first touchdown, the freshman Damon Stewart from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, made the score. Hitting the pylon on the near side, going into the south end zone. Showing pressure from the left side this time is East Central, and now stepping up into the pocket and getting caught from behind, and now throwing it, and it's caught by Barnett as he loses his cleat around the 36-yard line. I thought he was throwing it away, Glenn, and all of a sudden Barnett makes the reception.
Yeah, he got away with one right there. That's not one you advise very often. I can tell you, he's holding the ball. He's going through his reads. It's taking a little longer than Coach Boykin wants him to.
Desmond Williams with the tackle, and they're going to hand the ball off. This EMCC, who is going to get up the middle for just a couple. It's Fox who's going to make the tackle. Howard, just a moment ago, we didn't give him credit. He had 2 carries earlier. I thought that was Spivey, but Marion Howard out of Starkville, Mississippi, is out there. He's going to be flanked to the left of Stewart with trips right, wide side of the field. Single receiver here on the near side. The snap from the 37-yard line, firing it on a slant pattern. Caught by Barnett, makes a man miss around the 45. He is in East Central territory, between the numbers and the sideline, still on his feet inside the 35, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds around the 32-yard line. Kevin Barnett, and he'll get a first down for EMCC. Making the tackle is Rish Alford.
He's a transfer from Northwest Community College. We got him from Northwest.
31 yards on the pitch and catch by EMCC. From Stewart to Barnett. Down to the 32-yard line. Spivey flanked off to the left. Same formation as last. Looking near side, firing near side. Caught off his back shoulder at the 20-yard line. Used his left shoulder to defend. His defender off. Made the one-arm reception. Williams makes the tackle, but Williams did not look good on that play for East Central.
Just an outstanding job by Barnett. I mean, one-armed catch.
Goodness.
Good throw, too, on the back shoulder throw. That was a good throw.
Same formation as last. Here's the snap from inside the 20 on first down and 10, and it's a fade pattern towards the end zone on the near side towards the back pylon, and there was nobody around, wearing a red jersey.
Yeah, they had 4 guys on Barnett that time. They weren't going to let him catch the football, and he cut his route off short.
Spot of the football is the 19-yard line. First down, 10 to go. They can get a first down inside their 9. EMCC moving from right to left in East Central territory. Here's the snap. It's a handoff, and going straight up the middle and not getting much is going to be Spivey, and he's frustrated as Ryan Whitfield will spin him off his feet just inside the 20-yard line down to the 19. So no gain on the play. He was hit at the 20 and stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it's third down and 10 to go from the East Central 19-yard line. Here's the snap to Stewart. He steps up in the pocket and dances around. Now fires it to the end zone, and it is possibly picked off. No, it's incomplete. It was out of bounds. And he had a man momentarily. Desmond Williams was in on defense. It looked like he was going for Miles Hobson there. And, yeah, that was the intended receiver. There were a couple of red jerseys there in the back corner.
I think they had 2 guys in the I think there was miscommunication. I don't think they wanted both receivers in the same spot right there. I think they wanted one back towards the goalpost area to try to hold the free safety and make them make a choice.
Well, EMCC is going to bring Peyton Rogers out here to attempt the 36-yard field goal as they'll snap it from the 19. Here's a high snap. Stewart pulls it down, and the kick is end over end, and it is just through the left upright, and EMCC is on top 16-0 with 7:06 to go here in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds with a kick to the Warriors. This is the EMCC Football Network. Eight plays. Completes an 8-play, 50-yard drive with 2 minutes and 22 seconds off the clock, and EMCC leads at 16-0. 7:06 to go here in the second quarter of play. It looks like Rogers has gotten a little bit more comfortable out there. Missed the first PAT attempt, made the second, and now made a 36-yard field goal as he teased the ball up at the 35-yard line.
I think all is forgiven.
Yeah. Larry Wilson will stand at the 2-yard line, middle of the field. The EMCC is going to kick it from right to left. Lions wearing red jerseys, white helmets. Black and gold helmets for East Central, white jerseys, black pants. Rogers comes up and puts his right foot into it, and it's another sky kick on the left side. And this time, East Central calls for the fair catch at the 30-yard line at the numbers, and that was Alex Hinton. who's going to field it for East Central. And the Warriors will start at their own 30-yard line, moving left to right. As we mentioned, it's 16-0 here in Scuba, Mississippi.
You know, Jason, early in the season, most of the time, defenses are ahead of the offenses. And, you know, you've got to be impressed with the defensive play of East Mississippi. Coach Stevens said he was excited about this defensive squad that he has, and, you know, for good reason. You can see them flying around the football, haven't given up, I think, 1 or 2 first downs all night long.
Caleb Parton back in at quarterback will take the snap. He tries to throw it to his tailback on the right side. It's going to be knocked down by EMCC's Tate Deer. It'll be a 2nd and 10 play coming up here from their own 30 for East Central.
Yeah, just 2 first downs tonight on 44 plays. 21 plays, I'm sorry, excuse me. So, you know, that's...
EMCC on the contrary, 33 plays, 150 yards.
Yeah. Just 44 yards of total offense for East Central.
By the way, in the first half, Mississippi Delta has taken the lead over Pearl River 7-6 down in Poplarville. Left hash is the spot of the ball high snap for Parton. He hands it off to his tailback, who is just absolutely murdered around the 26-yard line. Cam McCullum comes up and makes the sandwich hit along with Tate Deer.
Yeah, that was a sandwich right there. Just they met him right as soon as he got the ball. 2 EMCC defenders.
Who was the South Carolina defensive end?
Jatavian Clowney.
Yes, Clowney. Couldn't think of it off the top of my head.
Hit that Michigan running back.
Stephen Gutkoski is who I was trying to think of earlier. But yeah, hit the Michigan running back and knocked his helmet off. That was kind of reminiscent of that, except for the helmet flying backwards. So it's 3rd down and 14 after the loss of 4. Ball on the left hash, man in motion from left to right. Parton is going to make a defender miss as he runs around the left side, but he is going to be hit hard and knocked out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. Brendan Larry will make the big hit, and East Central is going to have to punt this football away. And let me tell you, it seems like when the sun went down, the heat kind of cranked up a little bit. It's gotten really steamy in here.
Yeah, I think our AC is
not
working.
Did somebody turn it off?
It's not working, and we'll have to, you know, hadn't been cut on in a couple years.
Yeah, Jaron Van Winkle will be back out to punt. Boy, they've kind of played this fruit basket turnover with quarterback and punter tonight. Standing with his toes on the 40-yard line on the right hash is Zach Patterson. They're going to kick it away from him here to the near side. Bounces at the 50, but he's going to pick it up on the run at the 42 and can't stay in bounds as he's going to go out of bounds in the neighborhood of midfield. And Buddy Stevens is absolutely livid at Zach Patterson. And that's Northington is going to make the stop.
If he stays in bounds and cuts back, he may take that thing all the way. He just wasn't looking back towards his right and just let his momentum carry him out of bounds. That's what he was talking about.
It gets so quiet in here, we could almost hear exactly what Buddy was yelling down there on.
We won't go to Chris now.
5:29 to go here in the second quarter. Maybe he'll cool down a little bit, Chris, before you talk to him before halftime. He's okay over there. 16-0 EMCC with the lead and with the football at midfield. Here's the snap to Stewart, and he fakes the give to Perryman. Now he's going to roll to his right, shift back near side, and there's still pressure. Got to get rid of it, does throw it, and has a man who dives and catches it at the 38-yard line of East Central. And that's Perryman, who was just kind of sneaking out of the backfield there and making the tackle is Ross.
Yeah, that was a great job on the quarterback scramble drill right there. You heard me say throw the football, throw the football, throw the football.
I was thinking it.
I thought he was supposed to be a freshman right there and take a 20-yard sack unnecessarily, but he finally got it out of his hands and found the running back slipped out of the backfield.
Down to the 37-yard line, big gain there. Now he throws it into the turf as he is hit. And he's very frustrated with somebody there as Whitfield is going to make the big hit on Damon Stewart.
Yeah, miscommunication right there with number 4, John Terrius Henderson on the sideline. They call a timeout.
Yeah, it's going to be the third and final timeout. 5 minutes to go here in this first half. 16-0. EMCC with the lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play. Let's take a look at scores from around college football. Number 22, Coastal Carolina, shutting out the Citadel in South Carolina 38-0. The game is delayed down in Orlando with Central Florida and Boise State. That's got to be a lightning situation. Western Illinois and Ball State tied at 7 at the half. And Buffalo leads Wagner 38-0 with 14:30 to go in the third. So we're ready to go here with a second down and 10 to go from the 37 of East Central for EMCC. Back to pass. Stewart fires it over the middle. It's tipped up in the air, and oh, goodness. That's one of those where the defense starts yelling out tip drill, and it goes incomplete at the 20. And it's Williams who gets up there and gets pressure, or I think tips the ball up, actually, Glenn. Now it should be a 3rd and 10. And marker over there is always a little bit behind, but it is 3rd down and 10, still saying 2nd and 10 across the way. We still haven't changed it. Oh, well. Trips to the right, wide side of the field. Stewart looking near side, and his defender rolls in front of him, and he throws it complete at the 30-yard line. And making the reception is Miles Hobson near side. Desmond Williams will make the tackle. So the spot of the football is going to be at the 30. It's going to bring up 4th down, but EMCC is going to go for it. 4th down and 4. So Dante Spivey is going to be flanked off to the left of Stewart. Raises his right leg. Pressure shown by East Central once again. Twin receivers to either side of the formation. Stewart, with the play clock at 14, will take the snap, surveys the middle of the field, has pressure from the outside, fires it over the middle, and it's just out of the grabs of Patterson at the 20-yard line near the hash, and it's going to be East Central football now as Anthony Thomas in on defense, and it's 1st down and 10 to go from the 30-yard line for East Central.
Yeah, they tried the old crossing routes in the middle. They were picked up pretty well by the defenders with man coverage right there. And when they do that, East Mississippi likes to sneak the running back out there, Spivey, and you can see the conversations going on the sideline. I don't think Spivey got to where he needed to be on that play right there to give the quarterback that opportunity. So it goes over on downs. East Central is going to have the football.
Parton will take the snap. He hands it off to his tailback, who takes a couple of hits, stays on his feet for about 6 yards, and gets up to the 36-yard line. My goodness, and Bo Davis will bring him off his feet, and that him is Larry Wilson. Tough run for Larry Wilson between the tackles.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of white hats, if you will, and red jerseys around, ping-ponging him around, but still big gain right there. 2nd down and 4. Ball on the 36, 3:42 counting on the clock. Ball in between the hashes, going from left to right. East Central has the football. Cortland
Harris will stand behind Parton, who is in the pistol formation. He'll turn on the snap and hand it off to his tailback. Harris goes around the left side, and he's just shy of the 40-yard line, which means he is shy of the 1st down. And Lee Koba, the transfer from Syracuse, is going to make the stop. 3rd down efficiency, by the way, for East Central, 0 for 7 today. EMCC's 4 of 9, but 0 for 7. Let's see if they can.
But this is their best opportunity as it's 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1. The snap, the pistol formation. They hand it off. Tailback's going to be popped, and he loses yards on the play.
Jason,
my goodness.
0 for 8.
Yeah, 0 for 8 now for East Central. Brandon Larry will make the tackle. So Cortland Harris is going to be tackled in the backfield, and it's going to bring up now 4th and 2, and here comes the punt team for East Central. And now Patterson's being yelled at again. He was standing on the sideline, and finally Buddy Stevens yells, "Get out on the field." So Patterson will stand at the 25-yard line, his own 25. Coming out to punt this one away, Ross James. I don't understand the carousel here unless they're trying to figure out who their guy's going to be.
They're just trying to find one that can get a good punt off. They haven't had one all night. That one's average at best.
Not bad.
Fair caught.
Yeah, at the 25-yard line. So EMCC will have it 1st and 10 at their own 25. So Zach Patterson calls for the fair catch. 2:13 to go here in the first half. 35 yards on that punt.
No return. So East Mississippi will have the football. They'll go with a little 2-minute drill, I would imagine. Jason, try to march it on down. put another one in the end zone, and they'll get the football to start the second half. So, that could be big time if they could punch one in right here and then get the football to start the second half.
Monte Spivey out at tailback. Here's the snap. He goes to blocking as Stewart rolls to his right and fires it and almost picked off around the 48 of East Central, diving in front of it. Henderson was the intended receiver, and it's Mulkey who dove for the football but just couldn't get it off the turf as it fell incomplete, and that's 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. So moving from right to left, EMCC with 2:05 on the clock. Clock stopped, trying to put more points on the board before half. And sometime during the half, we're going to take a look around the Southeastern Conference on our SEC update program. Tennessee was playing tonight to open up SEC play for the season. Stewart with the snap, and he's going to throw it on the screen pass over on the right side, and that was Spivey who's going to be knocked off his feet around the 27, which is the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 10. Knocking him off his feet was Ross.
Howard checks into the ball game at running back.
Marion Howard out of Starkville, Mississippi, one of 16, as we've mentioned on the roster, from the home of Mississippi State University. The snap by Stewart, and he looks right, fires right, and it is caught at the sticks, and the defender fell down, and going down the right sideline is EMCC, juking a man at the 35. He falls down at the 30, still on his feet, fumbles the football at the 20, and it better roll out of bounds. East Central taps it back inbounds. That means it is going to be EMCC football inside the 15, and that is Brookins who makes the reception, and then knocking him off his feet and causing the fumble is Johnston James. He johnsted the football out of there, and it's going to be put at the 20-yard line.
I challenge you on Scrabble at that word right there, I'm going to tell you.
It just sounded right, okay? It just sounded right. We're going to keep it here during this timeout with 1:21 to go in the second quarter. Hey, look, it's the first broadcast in 2 years, okay? We're doing the best we can. Let's check in with Chris Coleman down on the sidelines. Chris, that was a great catch, a great run, but a terrible ending for Brookins.
Absolutely, it was. I thought he was going all the way there and just lost the football. And as you said, EC just kind of knocked it back in. So EMCC will have the ball, and they're going to have possession there on the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that was an electric play that, you catch the hitch over there for the first down. The defender falls down, and then it was off to the races. And then trying to do a little much, trying to juke some guys and things like that. And they come in from behind, punch the ball loose. And, thankfully it goes out of bounds and ends with Jason making up a word.
It's what I do, Glenn. It's what I do. First down and 10 to go from the 21-yard line of East Central for the Lions. Our freshman Stewart in the shotgun will take the snap from the 21. Back to pass, surveys the field, fires it towards the end zone, towards the back pylon, and it's going to fall incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10 to go. By the way, coming up on Saturday, Mississippi State, we said, opens up the season with Louisiana Tech. And what a way to start your day than listening to WFCA at 11:30 for MSU Game Day. We'll entertain you a little bit, but I'm going to tell you who's going to inform you. And that's Bart Gregory with the Mississippi State Radio Network. He and Charlie Winfield will have the tailgate show coming up at 1 o'clock right here on WFCA. 2nd and 10. Stewart with the snap, fires it right sideline. His receiver fell down, got back up in time to make a stab at the football, but it falls incomplete. And the intended receiver for EMCC was Tommy Johnson. It falls incomplete, so it's a 3rd and 10 for the Lions. And they don't want to stall here at the East Central 21-yard line. So it's 3rd down, 10 to go. Pressure situation for the freshman. Trips near side, wide side of the field. Ball placed on the right hash. Raising in his right leg is Stewart. He'll take the snap, pass pressure, steps up. There's pressure there, and he's going to be sacked back at the 29-yard line. And East Central did a great job there confusing the freshman, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 10 as we roll inside a minute to play in the first half. Johnson will knock him off his feet for East Central.
And that was the one thing you couldn't have happen on 3rd down, and that was a sack.
Yeah.
And the freshman gives up a sack right there, unable to throw it away. They'll let it tick down and go 4th down. I don't think they have any timeouts left.
No, they have exhausted all of their timeouts here in the first half. And as you mentioned, Glenn, there's 10 seconds on the play clock, 32 on the game clock. Now EMCC is going to go with the same formation as they had the last several plays.
2-1.
And they didn't get it off. And they don't. Now they blow the whistle.
Oh.
That was a late whistle and a late flag, but it is the right call. EMCC is going to be called for the delay of game. Here's Bo Bell with the call. There's 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, I said here's Bo Bell with the call, and looked like he was about to make it. We know what it is. It's a delay of game.
East Central may have called a timeout. Let's go down to Chris.
Guys, I actually think it's going to be a delay of game. The White Hat Bobel has not come out and give that signal yet, but
He's about to.
yeah, but it is. The time did run down. It is a delay of game. He did just give the signal, so be a delay of game on the Lions.
Coach calls the game, clock, stop. Defense has the option to run off 10 seconds.
Oh,
And
10
they
I thought he
did
said
10
10 seconds.
10-second
Two
runoff.
10 okay, I got it.
So it'll be 4th down with 10 seconds to go.
So
on
it's
that.
your final play of the first half as Stewart will have a tailback flank to his left, trips left side, wide side of the field, single receiver. Here's the snap. Stewart back to pass. Pocket collapses. He's hit, dropped at the 41-yard line. Ball is loose. There's a scramble for it with 3 seconds, now 2 seconds, and the officials are going to stop the clock. Whitfield with the hit, and that is going to run out the clock. The officials blew the whistle with about 2 seconds to go, but that's going to do it. Chris, go stand near Buddy's. Well, I know you probably don't want to, but try to catch Buddy as he's walking to the locker room. Give him a second.
Get out there about the 20-yard line, and
Yeah,
he'll
we'll give him
see
just
you.
a
He'll come
second there.
to you.
Yes.
He has an issue with one of his offensive linemen. You know, that's Buddy's specialty. He's also the offensive line coach, so he's not going to be real happy. Chris, he'll be good to you. Don't worry about it. Just let him get through it. Now, be
back
careful with
up.
the microphone, yeah. As they get ready to go to the locker room. There you go, Chris.
Yeah.
Score is 16-0 EMCC with a lead here at the half. Let's go down to Chris Coleman with Buddy Stevens.
Hey, Coach Stevens, going into the half, you took just a few minutes to get started, going good. Defense has played really well, limited the Warriors to.
Defense is really good. Offense sucks, and we got to pull our head out of our butt because we're not doing real well. We're not. Just be honest with you, we're not blocking, we're not catching, we're not running. And so other than that, maybe we can find some guys that go in here at halftime, find some guys on
That's
defense that can play offense.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, that's Coach Buddy Stevens down there at halftime. Chris, I've been down there a number of years. I know exactly.
Hey, now you know how Maria Taylor feels.
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right, we're going to take a break. When we return in a moment, we'll have the scoring summary for you as it's 16-0. EMCC with the lead here at the half over East Central. And then a little bit later on, we'll take a look around the Southeastern Conference with SEC Update. This is the EMCC Football Network. on the road at Kahoma, leading by a point, 14-13. In the third quarter, Mississippi Gulf Coast all over Holmes, 42-7 in Goodman. At the half, Northeast trails Jones by 10, 20-10. Northwest in Batesville leading, or as I said Batesville, I meant Senatobia. 14-6 over Colin, and Mississippi Delta with a lead over Pearl River, 17-6 down in Poplarville. So we're about set for the second half. And Glenn, you heard Buddy Stevens and his thoughts on his football team in the first half. Where was Buddy right, and where was Buddy being a football coach? That
Jason, in case you don't know already, being an EMCC broadcast, Buddy is always right.
Right. Okay,
so
I understand. I'm not. No. Hold on. I didn't say Buddy was wrong. I said where was Buddy right, and where was Buddy just being a football coach?
Oh yeah, yeah. He is right. Defensively, they are playing well. Offensively, a lot of miscues
Sure.
that's not typically EMCC football. You know, they're missing a few blocks here or there, but
Granted, they are playing one of the better defenses they'll face this year.
they are. But quarterback play, you've got a freshman out there, and it shows.
Yeah. So EMCC will get the ball to start the second half. Back deep to receive, Zach Patterson. Also, Zias Perryman will be in up back. And Marion is going to be back deep to receive, and Marion Howard. He'll stand at the 5-yard line here on the near hash. So East Central is going to kick it, and it's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to go out of bounds between the 15 and 10-yard line across the way from us, and that will get the yellow laundry coming out of the back pocket of the official, and that means EMCC will start at their own 35-yard line, moving right to left with 15 minutes now on the clock to start the third quarter.
Yeah, what kind of adjustments do you anticipate, Jason? You know, it's one of those things. You want to get the passing game going.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to try to find a way to get the passing game going. You know, and so how do you do that? I think they've had a lot of success throwing the hitch route to the slot receivers. The crossing route has been good at times, but however, your quarterback has got to learn to get the ball out of his hand.
Mm-hmm. Agreed, and the offensive line's got to be a little bit more consistent in pass pro. Here's the snap from the 35. He's going to fire it deep across the field. A short pass, but long pass, I should say, across between the numbers and the sideline. Michael Coates Jr. comes up to defend there as the intended receiver for EMCC was Tenoris Brookins II. And at Starkville, Mississippi, it falls incomplete, so it's second and 10 now from the 35-yard line.
I think Brookins the second. I don't think he's played football since 2018. As he had a ACL injury, I believe, and didn't play his senior year.
Oh, and he threw it, had a man in stride on the skinny post, and it was incomplete. He was intended for Kevin Barnett around the 45-yard line. It just went off his fingertips here on the near side, so it's now a third down and 10. You know, you talked about the passing game, and that goes in getting this offense in rhythm. This is an EMCC offensive system that for years has just been about rhythm, and we've seen some drives where the Lions have gotten in third down and long situations, and they're in one again here. Pump fake near side, and Barnett makes a move. They fired on a fade pattern to him. Almost caught it over his shoulders, goes off his fingertips at the 35 of East Central. Nice double move there by Barnett, but they just couldn't complete the pass.
Great ball thrown right
Yes.
there. Barnett's got to have that. That's off his hands, and you know, you catch that, and you're probably 6 more points if he catches it in stride. But just couldn't hang on or couldn't bring it in. So it's going to bring up fourth down, another 3 and out for that offense.
So EMCC is going to punt it away. Peyton Rogers averaged 37 yards per kick in the first half. Gets his foot under it, and it's going to go between the numbers and the hash on the far side. EMCC is going to down it at around the 38. So decent field position for East Central with their first offensive possession of the second half.
A 27-yard punt, no return. That's one you want back. You got to be able to flip the field. You know, that's what you want your punter to do. You know, 40 yards, no return. Puts you in a lot better position. That puts the ball back inside the 20. But that just didn't happen right there. So East Central's got decent field position right there at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 on that far hash going from left to right.
So East Central, with Larry in the shotgun, will have trips near side, takes the snap, looks near side, fires it, and it's incomplete. And I think EMCC got a hand on it, and that may have been Koba. And it was, I believe somebody did get a hand on it because it looked like it was thrown to the right side, but then ended up falling in the middle of the field. 14:30 to go here in the third quarter, so clock stop with 2nd and long coming up, 2nd and 10 from their own 38. Visit the East Mississippi Community College bookstore to get your official EMCC gear. The bookstore is open Monday through Friday on either campus of EMCC, and now shop online anytime at emccbookstore.com. And the bookstore will remain open until kickoff on game days. Inside handoff and going straight up the middle is Larry Wilson. He's going to get out across the 40 up to about the 41-yard line, making the tackle Trey Lang for EMCC, the transfer from South Alabama.
So 3rd down coming up. And there comes the PA guy. He's excited about 3rd down. Ball on the 41-yard line. Far hash. 14 minutes counting on the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
By the way, you can also visit the windows that contain East Mississippi Community College's bookstore here at the concession stands as well during the game. So 3rd down and 7. And back to pass, rolling to the near side, makes a man miss, can't make the second. Yeah, does make the second man miss and fires it, and he throws it just short of his intended receiver at the near side at the 45-yard line. And that was John Hilbert, who was the intended receiver, so it falls incomplete, and it brings up a 4th down. And EMCC had a couple of cracks to sack Larry in the backfield.
They had a couple kill shots right there on the quarterback that was unable to connect, but it still bring up 4th down and 7, and which punter will they run out there this time? 47.
Which was?
It's the one they got the most money in, the out-of-stater.
Jerry Van Winkle, who is out of Pinson, Alabama.
Wasn't that the kicker on Ace Ventura?
Yeah, that's why I said Jerry. Sorry. 4th down from their own 41. Spotted the football on the left hash. Here's the snap. It's right to his chest. He puts his right foot into it. Good kick, and Patterson's going to slide over to the right. Doesn't have a chance to get the fair catch or anything because it bounces between the numbers and the sidelines at the 30 and will roll out of bounds around the 24, so it rolls about 6 more yards. And EMCC will have their 2nd offensive possession, this time from their own 20. Looks like the official's going to spot it at the 25-yard line. One official standing on the 24, the other spotting at the 25. So the Lions will have it moving from right to left. So Perryman's going to be flanked to the right of Stewart. He takes the snap. He's going to leave it in the belly of Perryman, who comes around the left side, going to get out across the 25 and across the 30 up to around the 32-yard line. It was a cloud of dust, Glenn, for about 3 yards.
Yeah, there was a mass of humanity right there about the 30-yard line with those red shirts, those big offensive linemen. Got that pile of moving, and before you know it, it's 2nd down and 3 from the 32-yard line.
Close to a 7-yard gain that time for Perryman. Fox made the tackle. 4-man front now for East Central. The snap, they're going to leave it on the ground. Going straight at the middle is Howard, and he is going to get out across the 40. He'll have enough for a 1st down, but we have a yellow hanky. Let's go to Chris Coleman on the sidelines.
Guys, I believe we're going to have holding. That's in the vicinity of holding. Hadn't seen the call yet, but I think there is going to be a hold there.
And that would be the first holding call we have seen all night. And I think it's going to be on East Mississippi, regardless whether it's a holding call or not, because the Lions
Holding,
are.
number 79, the offense.
Yep. Well, just got a text message from a friend that said the Gophers are giving Ohio State all they want. So we'll take a look at that score as Minnesota has the ball with 11:21 to go in the 2nd quarter, but trail number 4 Ohio State 10-0. So 2nd and 13, ball on the 22. Rolling to his right on the snap is Stewart. Now he's going to throw on the run as a man at the sideline, and it is caught by Patterson at around the 33-yard line, and he's out of bounds just short of the 1st down. He's going to get about 12 yards on the play. No, it's incomplete. Beg your pardon.
I think he came down out of bounds over there, Jason.
Gotcha.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 13 from the 22.
Well, the Lions with that penalty got themselves behind the sticks, and you just can't get sustained drives when you have penalties, especially of the holding nature. You had a great run on to get a first down. Stewart steps up in the pocket, and the ball comes out, and it's rolling laterally at the 20 near side and goes out of bounds, thankfully. And that's going to be a 4th down coming up, but we have a flag on the play once again. Now we have another flag, and this one's going to be on Buddy. Uh-oh, Chris.
Yeah, guys, I'm not sure on the first one. I did not see what that was, but the second one is going to be on Coach Stevens. They come in across here and threw it on him.
That official, you ever watch WWE? Like when they go to kind of get up in each other's face, that's exactly what that official just did with Buddy. He came charging in and emphatically threw his flag. So I'm not certain exactly what was said. But
I think the issue is they were thinking it was a fumble, and I think maybe the back judge said, no, that wasn't a fumble. That was a forward pass, and there's nobody in the vicinity. It was probably going to be intentional grounding. And so that kind of sent Buddy into the air.
But how is that intentional? But he turned. Did he? Why would you?
Yeah.
If you're going to intentionally ground the ball, why would you turn and throw it?
Well, he didn't. He got spun around, and he just was trying to get rid of the ball like
I got you.
Brett Favre-ish, if you will.
Understand. Okay.
And then you add the unsportsmanlike. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. So it's going to back it up to the 7. So now you're going to ask your punter, Peyton Rogers, to kick from his own end zone in the shadows of his goal post.
He'll stand in the end note. Go ahead.
Tonight he's got 4 punts for 34 yards. He needs a boomer right here.
Had 3 in the first half for 37. He'll stand at the end in Lions in the end zone, and he gets it away, and it's going to bounce to the 41, and it takes another East Central bounce. But then a Lions pounce and goes back to the 42. So East Central will start in their own territory for the first time tonight. With 12:25 to go in the third.
That's when you want to see go over the 50-yard line there.
And look, to be honest, that's difficult for any punter. I mean, when you're standing in your own end zone, you got to boot one really, really hard to get it out across the 50-yard line. And a lot of times we see in that situation a team starting in their own in plus territory. So at the 42, that's where East Central will have the ball. Lions up 16-0.
This may be the first time East Central's crossed midfield.
Yeah, I know it's for sure the first time they've started in their own territory, and I think you're exactly right. Larry's in the shotgun. Will fake the handoff, step up in the pocket, now throw it out of the backfield. And he was looking for Cortland Hayes, and it goes off his fingertips as he got turned around, Glenn. And it's incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 to go from the 42 of the Lions for East Central.
Yeah, Jason, that's Cortland
Harris.
We'll see Cortland Hayes next week.
I
think he's on the staff
say it again.
at Southwest.
He is. We'll be seeing a lot of former EMCC coaches on that Southwest staff. So Harris, I beg your pardon, was the intended receiver. This 2nd down and 10 snap, and that's going to be Harris again. He's going to be popped up high as he was being tackled down low, and he gets inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line, so he'll gain about 3 on the play. That'll bring up now a 3rd down and 7 situation, making the tackle Brandon Larry for EMCC. Clock ticks under 12 minutes to go here in this third quarter of play. It feels like we've been playing for 30 minutes in this third quarter, and we're still in the early stages.
Yeah, those incomplete passes stops the clock, and both teams having a few of those.
So 3rd down and 7 from the 39 of EMCC, moving from left to right. Ball near hash, man in motion from far side to near, and that man is Kaiser Booth. Here's the snap, and they're going to hand it off, and it's not going to go anywhere as he's going to be tackled for a 3-yard loss back at the original line of scrimmage, and that is Larry Wilson. Joshua Short's going to make the tackle for loss. So a loss of 3, it's going to bring up a 4th and 10, and here comes East Central out to punt the football away. And you've got another report on that third down efficiency, Glenn.
0 for 10. I mean, you are really, really having a hard time offensively when you haven't got any third down conversions, and you've had 3rd and 1 a time or two.
Here comes Ross James again to kick this one away. In the first half, 7 punts for 33 yards for the 2 punters for East Central, and he's going to punt it towards the end zone, and it's going to bounce at the 2, and oh my goodness, East Central is going to stop it from going into the end zone. They stop it at the 1, but we have a flag on the play. That flag will be at the 18-yard line. Let's go down to Chris Coleman and see what he saw.
Sorry about that, Jason. I was actually down on the line of the end zone seeing if they can keep the ball out of the end zone. So let's see what Bo Bell tells us here.
And that's okay. So, from our vantage point, that was kind of hard to see. It looks like they did that, but how close was that ball going into the end zone?
They've actually got it between the 1 yard line and the goal line, so it'd be about the half-yard line.
Unnecessary roughness on the receiving team. Have to go to the goal. First down.
The ball goes on the 6-inch line.
Yeah, absolutely. So about the length of the football is all you're going to get on that.
All right, so Ross James with the effective punt there.
Yeah, he channeled his inner Glenn Beard right there. Did a good job.
See what you
Stopped it on a dime.
So EMCC basically is lining up at the goal line to snap it. And they've got 99 yards to go to pay dirt. Twin receivers either side. Standing on the in and Lions in the end zone is Stewart. Now I think we have a false start on EMCC. It looks like it came from the right side of the line, Chris.
That will be a false start on EMCC, guys.
I think that was number 55, Will Baggett. That jumped right there out of North Alabama. Transfer.
You know, Will Baggett, the freshman from Sturgis, Mississippi, played high school ball, though, at St. Martin High School.
And we might have to take some air out of the football to get it any closer.
You're right. Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, goodness.
I got off on I need my glasses.
So it's first down and 10 to go. Ball is spotted basically at the goal line. Obviously, it's not at the goal line, but it's just about a micro inch from there. And Stewart's going to take the snaps, going to fake the give, goes around the right side, and he gets some positive yards up to about the 3-yard line. So they've got a little breathing room as Fox is going to knock him off his feet. So first down and 10 to go, or second and 7, I beg your pardon, from the 3. Stewart with the snaps, going to hand it off to his tailback, comes around here on the left side, and there's going to be a bunch of white jerseys around him, and he's going to be stopped near the line of scrimmage. And that was Spivey with the carry, and it's Goodrum who is going to knock him off his feet as we tick under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Third quarter, and
third quarter, I beg your pardon. Goodness, it's like we need a shot of an energy drink or something here. Kind of lulled the sleep. It's the heat. I promise you, it's hot in here. Stewart with the snap, back to pass, and he throws it short near side at the 5-yard line, complete, staying on his feet, making a couple of man miss, and then tries to keep his balance around the 15-yard line, and that is Barnett, and he is going to have enough for a first down. And who would have thought EMCC in that situation is going to get a first down, but they do it through the air, and that is Torrey Mulkey who is going to make the stop.
He's able to keep his feet right there. He's got a race on his hands, and Jason and
Spivey is going to take the handoff, and he's going to go around the right side. He's going to be tripped up, and he flips around the 20-yard line. So they're going to give him a gain of 8.
What a difference a little breathing room makes right there for that offense. As a big gain of about 8 yards, you said. Second down and 2 from the 22.
James with the tackle for East Central, and once again, same play, and making a man miss, and getting enough for the first down as he gets across the 25 is Spivey. So 8:53 to go in the third quarter, and it's Johnston James who will make the stop once again. Back-to-back tackles for that young man. James, a defensive back out of Wiggins, Mississippi, played at Stone High School. So it's a first down for EMCC. Ball placed near the 25-yard line. Twin receivers either side. Ball on the right hash, moving from right to left if you're looking at your radio. Stewart with the snap, back to pass, and he's going to fire it over the middle and just off the fingertips of his would-be receiver down the seam at the 45-yard line. And that is the intended receiver for EMCC's Jacob Patridge. Patridge out of Meridian, Mississippi, played at Lamar School.
That's one I know he wants back because he catches that. He probably scores as he split the defenders. That little post pattern right there and split the defenders. It just in and out of the hands. Good ball thrown.
So 2nd and 10 from the 25. It was a great thrown ball and just off the fingertips. Stewart back to pass again, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Jontarius Henderson, and he'll be tackled around the 29-yard line. So he'll get about 4 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up now a third down, I beg your pardon. Or it is 4th down. Johnson will make the tackle. No, it is third. So I was right. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought the PA announcer said 4th. I'm looking at the down marker over there. It's been behind. They're up to date now. On the snap on 3rd down and 8. They fired on the right side, and it is caught. And it's a 1st down. And making the reception is Duke Miller. So Miller with the reception. Johnson's going to knock him out of bounds. EMCC putting together a couple of 1st downs in this drive that started at their own inch line. Spotted the footballs on the right side around the 35. Twin receivers either side. Here's the snap to Stewart. He's going to hand it off, and Perryman's going to be met in the backfield. He's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 32-yard line. So he'll lose 4 on the play. Or about 3.5. Ross is going to make the tackle for the Lions. So officially a 3-yard loss for Zion Perryman. You know, we talked about pass protection, Glenn, for EMCC, but they've been beaten on some run protections as well, and EMCC's been hitting the backfield.
Yeah, and East Central now, they bring a lot of pressure from all angles.
Understood.
But you got to, if you're an offensive lineman, you got to keep that head up and take care of your spot.
2nd and 13 from their own 33, and great protection. Then all of a sudden it wasn't. He's hit and sacked. My goodness, it looked like he had all day to throw, and then out of nowhere, coming up to make the sack is Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, that outside backer comes a little bit late, and nobody picked him up, and the quarterback is hit from the blind side, if you will. So it's 3rd down and 18.
A loss of 6 on the play. So 3rd down and 18, as Glenn mentioned. Ball placed on their own 27 for EMCC. Ball near hash, moving from right to left. 6:17, 6:16. Clock is rolling in the 3rd quarter. 16-0 EMCC with the lead. Lions in the shotgun with Damon Stewart. He'll take the snap. He does have some time. Now the pocket collapses, and he throws it over the middle just a little bit high. He had a receiver open across the 40 in Barnett, but it was just a little bit too high for him, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Lions are going to have to kick it away. And they had some momentum going. They had converted on a couple of conversions to get a 1st down, and then Glenn, they get that sack, and that just put them in no makeup territory there as far as the yards they need.
Yeah, it just put them in a situation where they tried to press a little bit, if you will, and then, you know, Jason, early in the season, those growing pains are there.
Clock stopped at 6:04 to go in the 3rd. Here's the snapback and punting it away from the 27 as Rogers, he backpedals his return man inside the 30, and he had nowhere to go, and he's tackled at the 25, and that was Kaiser Booth, who was the return man. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. will make the stop for EMCC. So a 44-yard kick.
No return. That's what you want right there.
That
You
was
live with that all day.
Yeah, it was an attempted return. It's going to place him inside the 30, actually, at the 27-yard line. Kaiser Booth just kept backpedaling and made the catch, and when he did, they just slung him backwards. So a beautiful punt of 44 yards, no return, as Glenn mentioned. Coming out at quarterback is Caleb Parton. Parton will stand in the shotgun. He'll have a single receiver to the left, wide side of the field. Ball is slightly towards the near hash. Moving from left to right, he'll take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Harris. Harris goes off tackle left side. Gets out around the 31-yard line, and that's Julian Selvey who will make the stop. Clock rolling with 5:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. 16-0 EMCC with the lead. big crowd on hand. It has not been a wild, loud crowd, and we certainly understand that East Central hasn't had much to cheer about. EMCC has kind of sat on their hands a little bit, but it's kind of been one of those boring 16-0 games. The snap by Parton. He'll turn and hand it off to his tailback. It goes straight up the middle. That's Harris again. He gets up to the 35. He'll gain about 4. Lofton for EMCC will make the stop. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 now, and let's take a look at that 3rd down efficiency. 0 for 10 for East Central. Do they break through here is the question. On the flip side, EMCC is 7 of 16. Plays 34 for East Central for 60 yards, 62 for EMCC for 235 if you're keeping count at home. Just 45 yards rushing for East Central. EMCC not much better with 59 yards. The snap, and he's going to bootleg and roll to the near side, throws it complete at the 40-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down, and making the reception for East Central is going to be Trey Sims.
Guys, we got a flag on the play. It's going to be holding on the Warriors, so we'll back them up and do that over again.
Well, we were just about to say that they were converted on a 3rd down for the first time in this game. Thank you, Chris. So the hold is going to be at the hands of Giannis Dickerson, the freshman tight end out of Gulfport, Mississippi, played at West Harrison. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. Ball's going to be placed at their own 25-yard line, left hash for East Central. Clock rolling now with 4:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll trot out of the huddle with 2 receivers here on the near side. The snap, and Parton is back to pass. He's going to escape a sack and roll to the left and throws as he's hit, and a diving attempt at the 31 is no good, and that is Alex Hinton, the tight end, who tried to dive and catch it at the 31, so it's going to bring up 4th down. Boy, Parton, he slipped out of the arms of some would-be tacklers trying to make some ankle tackles, and then he just got popped in the mouth. Ty Johnson made a huge hit for EMCC. And now Patterson's going to back up inside the 40-yard line. His own 37 is where he's going to stand on the far hash. Back out to punt, Jaron Van Winkle. He'll take a high snap, almost had it blocked. EMCC just couldn't get to it, and it's going to bounce at the EMCC 45. It's going to roll into the hands of Patterson around the 35, and he's going to be hit immediately. And he lost his helmet, and, well, did EMCC recover it, though? There's no signal here either way. So I guess EMCC will have the football as Hillman is going to make the tackle. They'll have it their own 35.
That may have been his helmet, Jason. It was hard to tell.
Yeah, his helmet came off. Patterson got rocked just a bit there on that play. So we have a new quarterback in for EMCC. It's Jamari Jones out of Flowood, Mississippi. Played at Northwest Rankin High School. He'll stand in the shotgun. His toes are on the 30-yard line. The snap from the 35. He'll hand it off to his tailback. No, he pulled it from his belly. That was Spivey, who I thought had it. And he'll roll between the numbers in the hash up the right side. He's going to be close to a 1st down. He's going to get a gain of 9 on the play up to the 44-yard line, I beg your pardon. Alford will make the stop. EMCC Glenn trying to get in rhythm here on 2nd down and 1 after the gain of 9. Jones will take the snap, and he's got some pressure from up the middle. He'll throw it near side. Caught by Bennett. Stays on his feet at the 45 of East Central, and he's going to be slung out of bounds around the 37. So a 1st down for EMCC. And Bennett has come up with some huge catches tonight as Thomas, Anthony Thomas that is, will sling him out of bounds with 3:23 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, he came up with a big catch, but I tell you what, Jamari Jones really had a big-time throw right there. He showed a little poise, stepped up in the pocket, and delivered a strike in the dead spot of the zone.
Got rid of it just in time, showing pressure from both sides as East Central. We'll see if they drop back. Some of them do, yes. Jones is going to fire it down the far sideline and leaping up and making a huge grab at the 15-yard line. EMCC's to Norris Brookins the second. And it's Trustin Northington on in defense. Will make the tackle there at the 15. 1st down and 10 for EMCC at the 15 of the Warriors with 2:53 to go in the 3rd. 16-0, EMCC on top. That play went for 21 yards.
Brookins the second, Brookins, has 3 catches for 77 yards.
Inside handoff to Perryman, and he can't go anywhere, and he's going to lose a yard on the play as Tony Gibson will come up and make the TFL. So 2nd down and 12 after the loss of 2, back at the 17-yard line. So EMCC, with 2:20 to go in the third quarter, we'll have Jones at the shotgun. Twin receivers either side, ball placed on the right hash. Perryman flanked off to the left of Jones. 4-man front for East Central. Here's the snap. Quick throw on a little slant, and it's incomplete, middle of the field as he was looking for Henderson. And that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 12 for the Lions.
He had his guy, but, you know, we've talked about this before. You got to throw him something he can handle. That's, you know, 100-mile-an-hour fastball on a quick slant right there is a little much for anybody to ask, especially when Jones has such a strong arm. You got to take him just a little bit off right there. Give him something he can handle, and he probably scores.
Here's the snap by Jones on the 3rd and 12. He throws it towards the back pylon, and it's incomplete as he was looking for Joshua Aka. And that'll stop the clock with 2 minutes to go, and it's going to bring up now a 4th down and a long 11. And so EMCC is going to bring out the kick team. Coming out is Stewart to hold it. Rogers will attempt it. The long snapper for EMCC is Josh Ham.
34-yard field goal attempt.
So Ham will snap it. Stewart will hold. Rogers will attempt it from 34 yards out. Ball placed on the right hash. Spotted the football at the 13. Here's the snap back. It's a low snap, but a good hold, and it's a low line drive kick. Does it go through? Yes, it does, and that is the 2nd field goal of the day for Peyton Rogers. He's 2 for 2. It's 19-0 EMCC with 1:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back in just a moment with the kick to East Central. That cannon threw everybody off here in the crowd. We were waiting for it, and I said, I think it went home. It did not. We'll be back. This is the EMCC Football Network. Lead for EMCC to 19-0 with 1:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. By the way, a score from Knoxville, Tennessee, leading Bowling Green 14-0 as we start the 2nd quarter of play. Josh Heupel, the new head coach in Knoxville, is he going to be a success story? Tennessee has tried since Phil Fulmer and has not been successful.
Is Phillips still
It depends on if he's the AD. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
No, he is not. The old Central Florida AD is there, and I can't think of his name. Another sky kick to the left side, and it's taken by East Central, and they're going to take it across the 30 up to the 35, near the numbers across the way. And that is Goldwire, who is going to return it for East Central. He's tackled by Carl Robinson. We'll await the official yardage, depending on where they're going to officially spot the football with 1:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. And they're going to spot it at the 36-yard line. And coming back out is Parton. We've seen a lot of Parton here in the 2nd half. He'll stand in the shotgun with twins near side. It's a little low snap, but he's going to fake the give. Rolls to the near side, throws it, and it's incomplete.
I think that's incomplete.
Yeah, it is.
They're going to give him the catch, though.
Oh, I thought it went between his legs. I missed it.
It did, Jason. We could see that, but they're going to give him the catch.
Yeah, and EMCC's coach is not happy about that, so it's going to bring up now a 2nd and 3. So that is going to be a gain of 7 that time. Making the reception is John Hilbert.
Chris, what'd you see? It looked like it hit the ground to me.
That ball did go down between his legs, but from right here from this vantage point, and y'all do have a better vantage point on that than we do, but it was hard to see for the official on this side, but they did give him the catch on that.
2nd 3, they throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking for number 32, and that's Giannis Dickerson, a tight end. Kind of looks like one of those old big fullbacks. Aquarius Jamison in on defense and makes a big pop there, and so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
You know, Caleb Parton, he's had a hard time throwing the football as the other quarterback as well. You know, and it's Parton, P-A-R-T-E-N, not like
Parton.
Dolly. Okay.
But they kind of sound the same.
He's not from Sevier County and all that, you know.
So 3rd down and 3, ball at the 43, their own 43 for East Central. Ball placed on the right hash, trips to the left. Tight end here, strong to the right, and there's the snap, and it's a false start on East Central. So back them up 5 more yards.
That's probably everybody but except the quarterback, right, Chris?
That's exactly what it was, Glenn. It was everybody but the quarterback. And if you look at what down it was 3rd down again. So
See, I remained quiet because I was like, well, I don't know who you
You're
give that to,
jinxing 'em.
but yeah. So the official said offensive line. Didn't give a number. So that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 8. Kind of reminds me of the time the official was throwing a personal foul on a football player and said, giving him the business. That was the best. Here's the snap. Parton has to get rid of it quickly. Throws it up in the air and intercepted. He was trying to get rid of it quickly, and it's intercepted by EMCC. Oh, my goodness. Trey Lang, he was in the right spot at the right time. Jumps up, makes the reception. Looked like the water boy when he did that.
Wow.
straight up in the air, guys, and just made that interception, brought it right back down.
My goodness. Boy, Parton was just trying to throw it because he was about to be popped in the mouth, and Lang with the quick thinking to jump up and make that interception.
They were trying to throw the screen to the right side, so that's why the free release. But guess what? You've got to change an arm angle or something because that's what will happen when that defensive end comes untouched.
So EMCC, after the interception, will have it at the 25-yard line of the Warriors. Jamari Jones back out there at quarterback. He'll have Perryman flanked to his left, trips right. Single receiver near side. They'll snap it from the middle of the field, and Jones is going to have inside pressure. Now he's running around, scrambling. He's going to be hit from behind. Oh, and that hit did not look good. It looked like he was hit from the top and the back and just kind of bent backwards and landed awkwardly as Whitfield will make the tackle along with Posey as they sack the quarterback, and that's going to bring up a 5-yard loss for 2nd and 15.
Yeah, that one's on Jamari right there, Jason. The pocket collapsed, and he broke out of it, and then he went back to it, and it was just not there. He had broken free. Had he keeps coming to the left, he's got plenty of time.
Patterson in motion from near side to far. They set up the screen pass here on the little tunnel screen here on the near side. It's caught by Bennett as he gets inside the 25-yard line between the numbers and the sideline. He's going to be tackled off his feet by Johnston James. Called out his name an awful lot for the Warriors tonight on defense. 6 seconds, now 5 seconds, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So a gain of 7 for Kevin Barnett on the tunnel screen here on the near side, and that's going to end the third quarter of play. As mentioned, the EMCC has a 19-0 lead. So if East Central wants a chance, they have to get on the board, and they have to get on the board quickly as we start the fourth quarter of play next. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is the EMCC Football Network. Minutes has been put on the scoreboard to start the fourth quarter. We have yet to get back to action. EMCC leads at 19-0 here in Scuba. And we told you about the EMCC bookstore. That's where you can get all of your Lions apparel and wear what the coaches wear. You can also visit EMCC Athletics home on the web. For live broadcast news, stats, schedules, and more, visit emccathletics.com. And also, if you want the fastest updates on what's going on with East Mississippi Community College Athletics, follow our EMCC Athletics social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Periscope. And so we're ready for action. EMCC has it. 3rd down and 7 to go inside the 25 of East Central, and it's a slant, and it's going to be caught inside the 20-yard line. And making the reception for EMCC is Miles Hobson. He's taken off his feet by Desmond Williams. It's going to be short of the 1st down. He's going to be short by about 3 yards, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 3 after the gain of 4. So EMCC is going to go for it with the spot of the football at the 18-yard line. Jones will raise his right leg, showing pressure as East Central, and now they come off sides, so it's a free play, and they're throwing it near side. It's going to be tipped by East Central, falls incomplete at the 5 with nobody around the football, and so it's going to be a 1st down EMCC because of the penalty. And boy, you just can't shoot yourself in the foot like that, Glenn, when you're down 19 points to start the 4th quarter when you want a chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, Jason, you can't do that against a good football team. And East Mississippi now, Jason, defensively is really good. You know, watching them tonight, they have a defensive ball team like they hadn't had in a few years. I mean, they are really stout defensively. Offensively, they're a lot behind, but they'll come on.
So 1st down and 10 to go, just inside the 15 at the 13 to be exact. And it's a slant pattern caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Zach Patterson and EMCC. So EMCC's on top 25-0, and that's probably all she wrote with 14:24 to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly didn't hurt any, but Jones stood up and delivered a strike, and it was a ball that Zach Patterson was able to handle. It wasn't a 100-mile-an-hour fastball on that slant, and he threw a strike and just easy pitch and catch and marched it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Josh Ham will snap it. Stewart's going to hold it, and Rogers will attempt it, and it's on the way, and it is no good, and he has missed his 2nd of the night. 14:24 to go in the 4th quarter. It's 25-0 EMCC, and if East Central wants a chance to make this one a ball game, they have to do something on this next drive. We'll return with that drive and more game action on the EMCC Football Network. Touchdown through the air there, 1st of the night. Zach Patterson caught it just a moment ago from 13 yards out, and EMCC misses the PAT. It was a low snap and a bobbled hold in Peyton Rogers' defense as EMCC misses its 2nd PAT of the night, but they are on top 25-0. Jason Crowder here with you along with Glenn Beard, Chris Threadgill, a couple of others.
That's going to be Chris Coleman.
I'm so used to saying
Threadgill will be with me tomorrow night, as will Chris Coleman as well.
Threadgill was going to be here tonight, but plans changed. Anyway, here's the kick from left to right. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken around the 13-yard line by East Central, going up the right side, now cutting middle of the field, across the 30-35, and tripped up there is going to be Larry Wilson. Nice return there for the Warriors. So Chris Coleman, hopefully you'll forgive me, and then Ray Elias Jr. will make the stop. And Chris Coleman normally is on the sidelines for Choctaw County football broadcast. So I beg your pardon, Chris.
It's quite all right, guys.
It's
you can make up for it by buying him supper tonight on the way home, I'm sure.
We're going to get to eat? You told me I couldn't eat after the game.
You said we're stopping.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyway, 14-17 to go in this game. Coming out is Gabriel Larry once again to run the offense. He'll take the snap from the 39-yard line and throws it near side, and he throws it behind his intended receiver, which was the running back Larry Wilson, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 now.
You know, Jason, football all around tonight, as you said, 15 games tonight, and I tell you, there's some other ones besides JUCO. The backyard brawl going on tonight, and that's where Chris Threadgill is. His son plays for Millsaps. They're playing Bellhaven. That's known as the backyard brawl.
I was about to say, wait a minute, Pitt and West Virginia are playing already?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of games on the docket, not just high school football tomorrow night, but college football as well. Here's the snap, and the handoff is barely going to be into the belly of the tailback before red jerseys are swarming and stopping for no gain there. And that was Larry Wilson once again with the carry. He's knocked off his feet by Boston in the backfield. Case and Boston will make the stop for EMCC. It's 3rd down and 10 now with 13:52 to go. Clock is rolling. Trips right side. In the shotgun once again is Gabriel Larry. They'll have a back. That's Harris is going to be flanked to his left. He's going to fire it over here on the near side, and it's going to be incomplete at the 48-yard line. He was looking for Alex Hinton, the tight end, the sophomore out of Fort Valley, Georgia, played at Peach County High School. The 6'4" target couldn't come down with it in EMCC territory, and it's going to be 4th down and 10.
Another 3rd down. They're 0 for 13 on 3rd down. Actually 14. No, 14's coming into punt.
Yeah.
0 for 13 on 3rd down efficiency, Jason, and that's just atrocious. But it's because East Mississippi's defense is that good. That defensive front is really good.
There's a high booming kick, and it angles Patterson to the left side. He called for a fair catch, and I think they bumped into him. It looked like around the 20, and now they're going to catch it at the 15-yard line. That was odd.
Halo rule, huh?
They bumped into him. Chris, down on the sidelines, did we miss something?
On the far end, guys, but it did look from my vantage point that he did run into him just slightly. So, but I didn't see any hankies on the field for that. So.
Wow, that was a little awkward. Thank you, Chris Coleman, for that report down on the sidelines. 25-0 EMCC. On top of East Central, 13:23 to go here in this 4th quarter of play. So EMCC is going to take it at their own 15-yard line, moving from left to right.
They're going to stay with Jones at quarterback.
So Jones will be in the shotgun. He'll have a back flanked off to his left side. Here's the snap. He's going to hand it off to his tailback, who goes up the middle and stays on his feet. Runs with great pad level when he got across the line of scrimmage. Gets up to the 19-yard line. That's Zias Perryman. By the way, that was a 46-yard punt just a moment ago by James Ross. And Justin James is going to knock off Zias Perryman to the turf.
They've had 11 punts
for an average of 36 yards. So, yeah, I would say the punter would be sore. Maybe that's why they rotated them tonight, to keep them fresh out in this heat.
Getting IVs.
Yeah. Showing pressure at the line of scrimmage, bringing everybody is East Central, and Perryman goes right up the middle, gets out across the 20-yard line, close to the 21. They may say his knee went down at the 20. So gain of 5 as Gibson will make the tackle for East Central. 3rd down and long 4 with 12:29 and counting to go in this game. 25-0. EMCC on top of East Central. So the 3rd down snap coming from Jamari Jones here in just a moment. The clock is at 16 for the play clock.
They don't have a free safety back there, so man coverage on the edges.
They've got that box stacked. And now we have a timeout. It's going to be called by East Mississippi as the clock was winding down. There was some confusion there because Jones looked at the sideline, got set, then kind of nervously looked back, and they were calling out the play, and there was some miscommunication there. So with this timeout, we'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. Back here in Scuba, Mississippi, 12:05 to go in the game, 25-0. EMCC on top of East Central in the lid lifter of the 2021 season. And as we look towards our left, we see that the softball and baseball fields are lit up, and just shows the beauty of the athletic side of EMCC's campus. Now, EMCC's campus is pretty already, but the athletic side with the facilities here are second to none. So 3rd down and 5 to go for EMCC, and it's student body to the right, but cutting back to the left is Jones, and he's going to be short of the first down by a yard as he gets up to about the 24-yard line, and Jones is going to be brought off his feet by Justin James. He has just been a tackle machine for the Warriors tonight, so it's 4th down and 1, and with that being in EMCC territory, it looks like we're going to see Peyton Rogers once again.
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job. This will be his 7th punt of the night. He's averaging 35.8 on 6 punts so far. This will be number 7.
Stay tuned to the EMCC postgame show where we'll hear from head coach Buddy Stevens, albeit probably briefly tonight. 25-0 is the score. High snap for Peyton, but he pulls it down and gets a pretty good kickoff, and he backs up his return man inside the 35 who calls for a fair catch there, and that's going to be Booth.
42-yard punt, no return. That's what you want.
Kaiser Booth has not been able to get some returns on Peyton Rogers. So with 11 to go in this game, we'll also get you caught up on EMCC stats. We'll take a look at scores from around the league, the Mississippi Athletic Association of Community Colleges. They changed the name. It's just so easy to say MACJC, and I forget sometimes and say that, but it's been a change. Here's the snap on 1st and 10 for the 35, and Larry's back to pass has plenty of time. Throws it, and he has nobody out there to defend number 15, who is Kaiser Booth, and they can't complete the pass. So that's going to bring up now 2nd down and 10 with 11:05 to go here in this contest.
Passing game tonight, Gabriel Larry 2 for 12. And Caleb Parton 3 for 9 with 1 interception.
Larry's back to pass. His inside pressure is going to be flushed out to the left and evades one man and can't evade the 2nd and 3rd as they knock him on his feet, or off his feet rather, around the 31-yard line. So the double tackle is going to be had by Kason Boston and also Lee Koba. So Boston and Koba make the sack. It's 25-0 EMCC, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 14 now for East Central, and they're really just going to kind of run some time off this clock. Clock is ticked under 10.5 to play in the game. There's now 10 on the play clock. Twin receivers, or trips rather, to the right. Here's the snap. Everybody goes out for the pass, and tripped up and sacked back at the 20-yard line. My goodness, Larry could barely even turn to his left before he is sacked by Trey Lane. Boy, Lane showed some speed coming off the snap there, Glenn.
Boy, he has had a ball game tonight. He has been in a lot of tackles. He had an interception on the last offensive possession for EMCC, and I tell you what, he has just played lights out. He's listed at 6'3", 235. He transferred from South Florida, and man, he's been fun to watch on the defensive side of the football. So 4th and forever. Ball on the 21-yard line. 47 kicks at this time, turns it over, and it's caught there around the 35 and immediately hit and dropped is number 7 for the Lions, Zach Patterson.
How Patterson held on to that football, Glenn, is beyond me, and he is dropped by Carrionte Walker. My goodness. I mean,
45-yard punt, no return. They're not giving them any room to catch those punts either, as we could have probably had another halo violation, if you will. You got to give them some room to catch it, I believe.
Well, they're getting some good hang time, too.
Yeah, that was a good punt right there.
The 2 punters, I mean, it seems like it's been a carousel of punters for East Central tonight, kind of rotating them in and out like running backs. So EMCC will have it 1st down, 10 to go from their own 35, ball near hash. Jones races his right leg. Will take the snap. Howard's going to come around the right side, and he tries to jump over a man. He's going to be tripped up at the 39, falls forward to the 40 for a gain of 5. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 5. James is going to knock him off his feet as he tried to come around the right end. 9:13 and counting to go in the 4th. 25-0, EMCC on top. Jones shouts out his instructions. Twin receivers either side. Waiting the snap for the 40-yard line on 2nd and 5. Jones snaps it. Now we'll fire it on the screen pass, or slant, I should say, and it's going to be behind his intended receiver, so incomplete, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And he was looking for Tommy Johnson that time.
He holds that ball just a half a second longer and then hits that guy on the slant. That's probably touchdown city.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he definitely had a step on his defender, did Johnson.
Yeah.
Twin receivers either side, ball placed near hash. 3rd and 5 at their own 40. EMCC moving left to right, fires it over on the far side of the field. His call-up makes a man miss, but he must have had his knee on the ground when he caught it. Making the reception for EMCC is Miles Hobson. And so he's just shy of the 45, and that is Michael Coach Jr. who will make the tackle, and it's 4th down and 1, and EMCC is going to keep their offense out there. Jones is going to be in the shotgun. Here's the snap, and we'll hand it off, and Jones pulls it from the belly, and there was a missed exchange there, and it's going to be a fumble at the 41, and East Central's going to fall on it. I think Jones was trying to pull it from the tailback's belly, and it was Anthony Thomas who recovered the fumble at the 41 for East Central. And so just could not get a hold of it when Jones tried to pull it, and EMCC turns it over. That's the first turnover of the night for the Lions. So with 8:23 to go, East Central has a little life to get on the board here, and this is the second best starting field position for East Central tonight, and it will be only the second time that they've crossed the 50-yard line offensively. One was on an EMCC punt from their own end zone where they started in this same neighborhood, and then now here on the fumble. Gabriel Larry will clap his hands, takes the snap. He's back to pass, has all day to throw. He'll back up to the 50. He cocks and delivers across the middle of the field. Great throw, but it's going to be tipped up in the air and incomplete. EMCC got in there and broke it up. That was great coverage by the secondary, and there's a couple of players in there on that coverage who we're going to give credit for the tip up in the air, and it's going to be Jeremy Mack Jr.
Yeah, good coverage right there. He had 3 or 4 Lions right there.
Yeah. That was excellent coverage. That was a really beautiful throw by Larry, but it was thrown in coverage. 8:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. And East Central even takes their time when the clock's not rolling. They're using, well, now they're going to hurry up to the line of scrimmage with 20 to snap it. Larry's going to be in the shotgun. Everybody's going to be bunched up around the line of scrimmage. He's back to pass. He's going to be in trouble. He escapes that trouble. Now he's going to tuck it and run it here on the near side. Gets inside the 30 and will go out of bounds. And EMCC is going to hit him out of bounds, but they don't throw the flag.
Oh, I think he was blocked into him.
Okay, got you. All right, I got you. Jeremy Mack Jr. with the tackle there, and there was a collision of a bunch of bodies there. It looked like a train wreck. I don't know if you heard the thump there, but that was the EMCC coaches showing their frustration to the desk across the way from us. 8:03 to go in this game, and it's a first down for East Central. And East Central only has 3 first downs to its credit tonight. None of them have come on third down. So their third down efficiency, as we've mentioned before, is 0 of 14. EMCC 7 of 20. East Central, too, with just 22 passing yards tonight to 245 for EMCC. 5 of 22 is East Central, 21 of 42 for EMCC. Timeout. East Central will take that timeout with them back in 30 seconds to Sullivan Wyndham Field on the EMCC Radio Network. Here in the fourth quarter, 25-0, EMCC leads East Central on a muggy night here in Scuba. We had 80 degrees at kick, the sun set, and all of a sudden it's like the breeze went away. And it felt warm here in the press box. And some would say shut your windows. Well, we had our air go out here in the booth, so we can't do that. But I never like to broadcast a game with a window shut. You just don't feel like you're a part of the action as East Central now will have it. First down, 10 to go from the 26 of the Lions, moving from right to left. Here's the snap. He'll spin to his right and now fired on the run to the end zone. Has a man there. It's tipped up. It is caught. Did he get his feet down? Yes. Touchdown, East Central. Gabriel Larry will throw the touchdown pass. And I'll be honest with you, was that Booth? Yes. I was about to say Kaiser Booth. It looked like it was 15, but wasn't sure. And in the back of the end zone, it's a touchdown, and Gabriel Larry will throw it, and EMCC will give up the score. Jerry Van Walker will come out to attempt the PAT. We'll await the snap back. Here it is. The snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is through the upright, and it is good. 25-7 is our score, beg your pardon, with 7:34 to go in this ball game. EMCC will get the kick when we return. This is the EMCC Radio Network. Gabriel Larry to Kaiser Booth in the back of the end zone. To our left here in Scuba, and it's 25-7 after the PAT was through by Winkle. And so it's 25-7 with 7:34 to go. And our producer, Javante McIndory, back at the WFCA studios at French Campus, said it is a ball game between Ohio State and Minnesota. Minnesota was up, and then Ohio State takes the lead 24-21. Did he say that was in, what, the third quarter?
I think so.
Okay.
And, Jason, we
I
talked
could
about
pull
it
up
in between the break there. The head coach from Minnesota has done a good job there getting them to buy in and to firing up the Golden Gophers.
Yeah. Row the boat. UT Martin and Western Kentucky are tied at the half at 7 apiece. Tennessee still leads 14-0. Well, that hasn't refreshed. Need to check that. Onside kick attempt by East Central. It's going to go off somebody's helmet and out of bounds across the way inside the 45, and now a yellow hanky flies. So the onside kick attempt not successful by East Central, so EMCC is going to get great field position coming up here momentarily. But there is a flag because it was kicked out of bounds. Boise State leads Central Florida 14-0 with 13:20 to go in the second quarter.
What's Tennessee doing?
Getting to it. They're up 28-6 over Bowling Green with 4:50 to go in the third. South Florida, where Lang played his college ball before coming to Scuba, losing to NC State 45-0, 2:42 to go in the fourth. Let me tell you, Mississippi State's going to have its hands full with NC State a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. No flag on the play as the receiving team touched the ball. Okay.
Speaking of NC State, Choctaw County has a player that plays for NC State, Rakeem Ashford, secondary player that starts.
It's 4:25 to go in the third with Ohio State on top, 24-21. Here's the snap from the 43 for EMCC. Howard's going to take it around the left side, and he's going to be popped in the mouth as he gets around the 45-yard line, so he's going to get about 2 yards on the play, knocked off his feet by Whitfield. Ryan Whitfield with the tackle. Second down and 8 to go after the gain of 2 for EMCC with 7:13 and counting to go in this fourth quarter. Coming up next week, we'll be on the road next Thursday night. Southwest Mississippi. Southwest Community College will host EMCC, and going straight up the middle, dragging folks for a first down out across the 45, inside the 45 down to about the 44-yard line is KJ Lawrence. And Torrey Mulkey is going to make the tackle. So Lawrence with a great run between the tackles as he just bulls his way up the middle, Glenn. We're under 7 to play in this game. EMCC up 25-7. The snap by Jones is going to leave it on the ground to Lawrence again. He's going to break a couple of tackles, and he's going to outrace folks to the 25 before he's caught from behind. And it's another first down by KJ Lawrence, and he's taken off his feet by Anthony Thomas. back-to-back great runs up the middle. He kind of bounced it to the near side at the end of that run at the hash. Ball on the near hash. Lions moving from left to right. They've got some momentum right now. And now an inside handoff to Lawrence once again, this time bottling up. KJ Lawrence, as he gets to the 22-yard line, is East Central making the tackle. Anthony Thomas once again with 6:23 to go. There's a stoppage of play. There's a penalty flag. Let's see if Chris knows what this penalty flag is.
Guys, that come in like another hold on the EMCC. Hadn't seen the signal yet, but it's in the vicinity of a holding call.
All right, thank you, Chris Coleman. Down on the sidelines for us tonight, and so it's going to be a holding call. And Glenn, you know, we saw EMCC with a holding call that stalled a drive earlier in this game, and those are penalties that will just drive coaches nuts.
Yeah, especially when you've got the momentum. That's one of those things that pulls that momentum back that you had building as KJ Lawrence had two back-to-back gapping runs.
Yep.
The last one was 17 yards. You know, just kind of takes that momentum and takes the air out of your balloon.
Great way to describe it, gapping yards on the snap. It's a slant, and it's incomplete at the 35-yard line. It's broken up by East Central. The intended receiver was Antonio Barber. Justin James will come in to defend and break that pass up with 6:06 to go in the fourth quarter.
So second and 25, ball on the 42, where you had it all the way inside the 30-yard line down to about the 27.
Jones in the shotgun. He'll look to the near side. Now shout out his instructions to the offensive line and his receivers to the left. He's going to shift Perryman from right to left, brings the man in motion. Near side, or from far to near, and he's going to throw it to Perryman out of the backfield on the left side, who bounces off a couple of guys to get inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line.
How he caught that ball, I don't know. It was a little bit awkward, but he held on to it. Now it's third down, and pretty good ways to go. Ball needs to get inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line for the first down.
Rich Alford will make the tackle there with 5:37 and counting to go. 3rd and 22, so still a long way to go for EMCC. Ball placed on the left hash, just inside the 40 of East Central, down to the 38. Jones will raise his right leg. Here comes pressure as he snaps the ball from up the middle, and he throws it across the middle. Oh, my goodness, he had a man wide open. If he catches it inside the 15, he walks into the end zone, and that was Carl Robertson, who just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, it had what they wanted, and good ball right there. Just wide receivers got to make that catch. That was Carl Robinson, as you said, 6 foot, 180-pound freshman from Sardis. He's out of North Panola High School.
Jason, Glenn, you've seen the last few series. You've seen Perryman, Lawrence, and you've seen Howard. One person you haven't seen is Monte Spivey. They've been treating him on the sidelines over here. I've got his knee iced up and treating him. He is walking around doing fine, but Spivey's been out the last few series.
All right, thank you for that information. Chris Coleman on the sidelines, and punter is going to get it inside the 10, inside the 5. Oh, my goodness, it gets to the goal line, and then it becomes a sidewinder. Great job by Peyton Rogers. Wow. I thought it was just going to roll into the end zone, and then it was like it hit something and spun to the right.
Yeah, that's looks like the old Glenn Beard sandwich right there, buddy. Pulled the string, hit it, and stops on a dime right there.
We'll see our stats guy.
2-yard line.
See, I cut him off as he's bragging on himself. Yeah, our stats guy, Gavin Gilbert, taught him government there at Starkville High. So, and you taught him that, not just government. Okay, I got you.
Great coffin corner right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for bringing that up. I wanted to say it earlier in this game, and it wasn't a coffin corner kick. So, but anyway, we've had a great team tonight. Javante McAdory producing back at the WFCA studios. We'll thank the rest of the team here in just a moment as it's an inside handoff to Harris. Or Wilson, I beg your pardon, not Harris. Wilson will take it up the middle, and he'll gain 2. And Trey Lang is going to make the tackle. I want to thank Robert Ware for spotting for us. As we mentioned, Gavin Gilbert, our statistician. Chris Coleman on the sidelines. Glenn Beard here in the booth. 4:46 to go. We will have a short post-game show for you. We'll hear from Buddy Stevens, give you some stats and scores from around Mississippi's JUCO football from the MAC. In the shotgun. Taking the snap is Gabriel Larry. Has some inside pressure, has to roll to the near side, and looks like either EMCC got a piece of it or maybe they got his arm as he threw it, because it looked like a dead duck coming out of there, and that's going to be
a shot, Jason. He's late getting up. He's having a hard time.
Tuazama hit him hard, didn't he, Chris?
Yeah, he is down, guys, here in the end zone, and they're bringing out the trainers to check on him. He's slow moving.
Yeah, when he went to throw, he exposed his chest, and he caught the defensive lineman right there in his face.
Well, while they attend to him, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the EMCC Football Network. Injured in the end zone to our right. That's the south end zone here at Sullivan Wyndham Field. 25-7 is our score. East Mississippi on top of East Central, and they're going to help him to his feet now. He's about to take a break, or he's just sitting up. It looks like he may have just kind of got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. We certainly hope that's all it is to it. I tell you what, we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. EMCC leading 25-7 over East Central. This is the EMCC Football Network. Game for East Central for the injured Gabriel Larry is the backup quarterback Caleb Parton, although he has seen a lot of snaps tonight for East Central. The Warriors trail the Lions 25-7 with 4:26 to go in this game. Spotted the football at their own 4-yard line, middle of the field. High snap's going to be taken down and handed off to the tailback. And boy, quickly EMCC's in the backfield to make a stop on a tackle for loss. And that's going to be Koba, who is going to drop Wilson. Koba with the tackle for loss there. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and guys kicking from the shadow of their own goalpost is going to be East Central. And let's see. All right, it should be 14's turn, which is Van Winkle. So Van Winkle is going to run out onto the field. He's got 13 seconds to get set.
No, that's Ross James.
Oh, it is Ross James. Beg your pardon. Oh, Ross James is 14. 47 is Van Winkle. I beg your pardon. So Ross James is going to back up. 3 seconds, now 2 seconds, and I guess if they take a delay of game penalty, which they do not, they snap it in time. I was going to say it doesn't really matter, as it's going to bounce at the 33-yard line, get up to the 40. It's going to roll around, and I was about to say, we had some red jerseys there that probably should not have been. It was kind of a dangerous situation, but it's going to be down by East Central at the 46-yard line, and that's where they're going to have, or EMCC rather, will have the football with 3:26 to go in this game. So if you're Buddy Stevens, you're Larry Coach Boykin, what do you want to see from your offense here in the final 3 minutes and 26 seconds?
You want to run the football, I believe, and not put it in the air. You've got the game in hand, but at the same time, you want to work on some things, and you want to see Jones throw the football well and command the offense. I think that's the main thing.
David Boykin did not spit that out right, but he's the offensive coordinator, and it's a Jamari Jones quarterback keeper around the right side. He's going to have enough for the first down. He's going to get inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line before he's taken off his feet. Torrey Mulkey will do the honors for East Central as far as the tackle. 3:10 to go here in this 4th quarter of play. Clock is rolling. EMCC with a first down. Now they're set, ready to snap it from the 33 of East Central, and it's going to be an inside handoff, and getting inside the 30-yard line is K.J. Lawrence as he gets down to the 27. K.J. Lawrence has been getting a plethora of carries here as of late in the last couple of series for EMCC and has done a fantastic job. Ryan Whitfield will make the tackle for East Central. 2:36 and counting. In the shotgun is Jones, twins either side. Here's the snap. He's going to leave it with Lawrence, who goes right up the middle. Now bounces it to the outside near side. He's going to make a man miss at the 20. Oh, but he held on to his ankles. I thought he was going to slip out of that 27 tackle, but he was able to pull him for a couple of yards, and that was Ajuri Arnold who was going to make the tackle. Ajuri Arnold with the shoestring tackle that time of KJ Lawrence, but it's a first down nonetheless for EMCC. Ball's going to be placed at the 19 on the near hash, just inside the 20, as I mentioned. Jones with the snap. He's going to leave with Lawrence. Is going to be spun down at the 20-yard line. He's going to lose a yard as he ran into two defenders on the play, and making the tackle was Ryan Whitfield.
Lawrence with 5 carries, 41 yards tonight. He's looked good when he's carried the football. Right there, just got knocked off his feet. And timeout called by East Mississippi.
Back in 30, this is the EMCC Football Network. Second down and 11 to go for EMCC with 1:50 to go in this game. They lead it 25-7, the first game of the 2021 season, and it's the 10th anniversary of Sullivan Wyndham Field. Can you believe EMCC is 47-2 at this fine establishment since 2011?
Yeah, it's been a heck of a run for sure.
Boy, it sounded like the horn.
went off.
Yeah, goodness. And that's a quarterback keeper around the right side. Jones has popped hard, loses the football, but it goes into the hands of Henderson, and he's dragging folks inside the 10 and down to about the 6-yard line. Boy, Jones got popped, and that football went flying in the air. But EMCC's Jatarius Henderson is going to make the fumble recovery. So it's going to be Kimbrell who is going to knock it out of there and make the hit on Jones.
Timeout called by East Central.
Fox with that big hit. Kimbrell with the tackle just a moment ago. EMCC does pick up the fumble, but with 1:37 to go, East Central is going to call the timeout. We're going to keep it here. Let's take a look at scores from around I keep saying it, Mac JC. I've got to get used to it. Mac play is Coahoma beats Hines 21-14 in Clarksdale. Mississippi Gulf Coast beats Holmes all over Holmes 56-14. It's crazy. It's 56-14 the final score, and they end before this game does. Maybe the buddy rule was in effect. Other scores: Northeast loses, or is in the fourth quarter losing to Jones College, by the way, 34-10 on the road down in Ellisville. Up in Senatobia, Northwest leading Colin in the fourth quarter 31-12, and in the fourth quarter as well in Poplarville, Mississippi Delta leading Pearl River 17-6. So coming out of the timeout, EMCC with a 25-7 lead with 1:37 to go, going to win this game, but just trying to finish off the final 1:37. We'll snap it from their own, or from the 6 rather of East Central, and Lawrence gets nowhere, and he is probably going to lose a yard back at the 7. It depends on where his knee went down, so it's going to bring up a second down. So second and goal for EMCC from the 7-yard line. Jones in the shotgun, ball placed on the near hash. Lost a yard, did Lawrence at the 7. Snap at the waist, and on the slant, it's broken up by East Central over on the left side, and it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up a second down and 7. Robinson was the intended receiver. Mulkey is going to break it up. So second down and 7, which is second and goal, because the goal line is 7 yards away. Third down and goal for EMCC. Jones in the shotgun from the East Central 7. 19 to snap it. Here's the snap to his chest. He leaves it on the ground, going straight up the middle, getting close to the goal line, but going to be down around the second yard line, or the 2, I should say. It was Lawrence once again. Goodrum is going to make the tackle.
It'll be 4th down and
Yes.
goal from the 2. 3, rather.
They have 2 up on the board, but it is closest to the 3, and they're going to hand it off to Lawrence once again, and he's going to run into one man and stay on his feet as he kept his legs turning, and he dives into the end zone on 4th and 2 and scores. So from the 2-yard line, he takes it in with 26 seconds to go, and it's 31-7, EMCC pending the PAT.
Good patience right there, and able to sniff into the end zone right there on 4th down.
So
Makes the score look a lot better, Jason. 31-7, pending the extra point.
Boy, the Starkville products have shown out tonight. There's 16 of them on the roster, so you would expect so. Joshua Aka is going to hold in place of Stewart, and Rogers is going to put it through the uprights, and it's now 32-7 with 26 seconds to go. We're going to keep it right here, and the crowd does not like the cannon. I have determined that by listening to the reactions. The first time it shot, I did not like the cannon because I was not expecting it. And it's really, really loud. But the takeaways from tonight, Glenn, as we got 26 seconds to go in this one. First game in 2 years for these guys. You expected some sloppiness on offense especially. We saw that, but we saw some execution at good times, and solid win for them tonight.
Yeah, Jason, defensively, they're pretty stout. Offensively, a lot of room to grow. You want to get some consistency out of your quarterback play. You want to see them not, they're freshmen, but you don't need them to play like freshmen on this level. They're going to have to be big time. And I think you saw down the stretch Jamari Jones come in and really command the offense that you want to down the stretch right there. Of course, the game was starting to get a little bit out of the hand, and East Central's defense was a little bit tired, but still, you got to like what you see from him.
Sky kick near side, and it's going to be taken at the 20, and East Central's just going to run it with Goldwire, and he's going to get across the 30 up to about the 31, 20 seconds to go, and the clock has not stopped. It finally does at 18 seconds. I have a feeling we're just going to see one final play here as East Central is going to want to run this clock out, and it's 32-7 EMCC with a lead. Stay tuned for the EMCC postgame show. We'll hear from Buddy Stevens. We'll get Chris Coleman's thoughts, Glenn Beard's thoughts. Glenn and I will read the stats for you, give you some scores from around MAC play, and then call it a night. And then talk with you next week, hopefully on Thursday night. The game with Itawamba and Southwest had to be moved to Saturday because of no lights. 13, now 10 seconds as they snap it and run it up the middle. Harris with the carry, he's not going to get much, and that's going to do it. They will not run another play with 2 seconds, 1 second. It's official. EMCC wins again at Sullivan Wyndham Field for their 48th win since 2011 at this nice facility. 32-7 the final score. EMCC with the win over East Central to go to 1-0 on the 2021 season. We'll be back in 2 minutes with statistics. This is the EMCC Radio Network. I had to cough so post-game show, 32-7 the final score. EMCC with the win over East Central to go to 1-0 on the young 2021 season as we open up the 2021 campaign here in Scuba, Mississippi. And in just a few more minutes, we're going to go down on the field to Chris Coleman. He'll be standing by as he's going to hand the headsets to Buddy. Chris, you don't have to worry. We talked to Buddy in the post-game show, so just hand him the headset and the mic, and we'll talk to him. But we're getting our stats printed out for us right now. And, Glenn, we're just going to go ahead and get your takeaways. You mentioned the offense just a moment ago, but the team as a whole, how they came out and responded. Obviously, there's things they need to clean up, but they did some positives on both sides of the ball and also in special teams too.
Yeah, Jason, special teams came along. Peyton Rogers did an outstanding job with field goals. He made a couple of 35, 36-yarders, missed 2 extra points. One was on a hold or a bad snap. But other than that, you're fairly solid. You had, defensively, we've talked about already as East Central only had 4 first downs on the night. Mm-hmm. They had a total of 95 yards. So anytime you hold a junior college team in Mississippi under 100 yards total offense, you're pretty stout. And offensively now, East Mississippi's not going to be disappointed with the number of plays they ran. They ran over 90 plays offensively. So anytime they can get that play total up there and be around that 400-plus total yards of offense, they're going to be happy. But still, there's some things they want to clean up, offensively and get better at.
Buddy Stevens still talking to his team, and the Central band still playing. They've been playing the whole second half. They have got to be probably more exhausted than their football team, but we're going to get to Buddy Stevens here momentarily. We don't want to kick it to a break right now because in case he breaks up the huddle, we want to beat the rest of the media in talking with Buddy. Looking at some final scores, as we mentioned around the MAC, Kahoma defeats Hines up in Clarksdale 21-14.
Did you say Kahoma beat Hines?
Yes, they sure did by a touchdown. Mississippi Gulf Coast annihilated Holmes 56-14 in Goodman. In the fourth quarter, it's Jones College pulling away from Northeast 41-17. A final from Senatobia Northwest defeating Colin 31-12. Mississippi Delta with the win over Pearl River tonight, 17-6 the final score. As you've been listening to EMCC football, we're here in the post-game show, 32-7 the final score. EMCC with the win over East Central. And a couple of positives tonight. We had some young guys that stepped up, made some big plays. And I think about a guy by the name of Peyton Rogers who missed a couple of PATs, but he made a couple of field goals and kind of got his feet wet in college play. And special teams is an area that can make or break you, and I thought that they played well there. And we knew that EMCC was going to get some guys back on special teams that had some experience. But this is a football team that showed some rust of not playing in 2020, but they also showed some promise that they can build on what they played this game and where they had some confidences. And right now the team is going to huddle up for prayer. And just momentarily, Glenn, we're going to talk with Buddy Stevens. And, earlier he was passionate with that football team. We could hear it through the mic down there with Chris. Like he was kind of scolding some of the guys a little bit. And then all of a sudden, they kind of went into those positives, and the team was breaking down their post-game speech with Buddy Stevens with clapping and excitement. And I think that there will be some things that he's proud of. And we'll talk about that with him here momentarily as they're breaking huddle now. Well, I thought they were, so we just need to keep it here because we can't take a break, and then Buddy will be swallowed up by the media, and then he'll want to walk off the field too. So Chris Coleman is standing by to intercept him. There is Chris. He's going to hand him the headsets.
Thank you, Coach.
And Buddy Stevens is going to join us now. Coach, congratulations to you, 32-7 the final score. I know there were some positives and negatives. Let's start off with some of the things that you wanted the team to work on in the second half and where you saw this team improve tonight.
Well, we did a really good job at the beginning of the game of making sure all our socks were equally pulled up. All the knee pads, all our knees were covered with the knee pads. We made sure all the back flaps were covered. Other than that, I thought the defense did a really, really good job of executing. I thought they played really hard the whole ball game. Special teams, you know, we've got work to do on that. We've got work to do on substitution. We've got work to do on offensive line blocking. You know, I thought that you know, we're pleased with the win. You know, it's been a long time, but there's so much that we've got to improve on. So many things that we can improve on. You know, I think the greatest thing we can come away with this is that we can improve. It's not like we went out there and that was our best effort. We can improve. We're going to get better. We're going to be better next week. You know, we're going to make strides. So I mean that's the good thing. Bad thing is you know, we got to go in now and find all those things out and try to do our best to hit them all. You know.
Coach Glenn Beard here. You know, defensively, you said it, really good night defensively, only giving up 4 first downs on the night and holding East Central to less than 100 yards total offense. Nobody really knew what to expect from Chris Boone's defense, but just tell us how happy are you with him and that defense?
I like it. Hey, you're the superintendent, don't you like it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I mean, we like it. I mean, we knew our defense was really good. They play with passion. They play with energy. I mean, that's kind of the way that if we can. You know, that's our defense. That's what we do. And if we can continue to play well defensively, you know, we've got to do our part on offense and drive the ball. We can't be 3 and out. We can't be 5 and out. We've got to drive the ball. We've got to keep the ball for some possessions. We got to execute, and that's the biggest thing. We've got to execute so that we have a number of plays, and we have a 6, 7, 8, 9 play drive and keep them off the field, because if we can keep them fresh, they play really, really well fresh.
Coach, final question here. Cliff Collins, you face him next week. Obviously, you haven't seen much on Southwest. You'll get to that here pretty soon. But just going and facing Cliff on the road and seeing some of your former staffers, what's that going to be like?
It'll be just like it was tonight, and just like it is every other night. When they leave Scuba, they're not on the radar anymore. They're not Lions. They may have been Lions, but you know they're on the other end of the field, and you know we're gonna treat it just like it's any other ball game, because that's how it has to be. I mean, I think that, you know, I'm proud for Cliff to get his first head coaching job. You know, but we have to, you know, we have to do our job, and we have to do the best that we can to play as well as we can against every team, no matter who the head coach is, and no matter where it is, and whether we play in Mccullum, Mississippi, or whether we play in Arizona somewhere, or Kansas. So we have to play our brand of ball, and so it'll be a challenge always, because Cliff does a good job of getting his guys ready. They'll be in shape. This East Central team was a really well-coached team. They fought very, very hard, and I'm very proud of them, and I'm proud of our band who's still up there playing and doing an outstanding job. So we're happy to have the show back, and it's exciting.
Coach, it's great to see you tonight. Congratulations to you. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, man. Go Lions.
Go Lions. That's Buddy Stevens joining us here on the post-game show. I want to thank Chris Coleman for all his hard work down on the field tonight, for Glenn Beard and for Gavin Gilbert, and also Robert Ware. Robert was our spotter, Gavin, our statistician. Glenn, of course, providing color. And Javante McAdory back in the studio. He's been our producer, and we just thank you so much, each and every one of you, for all you do to make this EMCC broadcast go smoothly, because when working with me, it's not that easy, right? 32-7, the final score, EMCC with a win. And can't wait to talk with you next week. It's scheduled for Thursday night. Southwest Mississippi Community College is the opponent. Cliff Collins, the head coach, former defense coordinator here, as Buddy was just addressing just a moment ago. So, without any more, we're going to say good night on the EMCC Football Network.